Thanks very much. Week 6 in the ACC continues on ESPN and ACC Network, and we welcome you to the Metroplex. First meeting since 1932 as SMU starts conference play today at Ford Stadium by hosting the Orange of Syracuse. And of course, when you meet SMU, that means Kevin Jennings, a terrific story a year ago, taking over the job, guiding SMU to the college football playoff. Meanwhile, other end of the spectrum, quarterbacking-wise, it is start number 2 for Baton Rouge native and LSU transfer Ricky Collins here today in Dallas. Well, the ACC moves into week 6, and we've already got storylines. See 6 teams undefeated. Virginia, Louisville gets started at this hour in Derby City. Late tonight, ACC After Dark. Duke visits Cal. Virginia Tech trailing Wake at Blacksburg. And, of course, you see Georgia Tech, who's got a bye week. Early losses for both Florida State and Clemson. They were the 2 favorites coming in. And 2 teams who have yet to appear. Miami will go tonight. I hear it's a big game. And SMU welcomes Syracuse here to Dallas. We welcome you upstairs to our coverage with Steve Adazio, Wes Durham, Dana Boyle here in just a moment. Conference plays different, Coach, and we're seeing a lot of different things go on in the ACC.
No question. I mean, the conference is wide open. I think that has a lot to do, Wes, with the fact of the portal right now, the infusion of quarterbacks. There's parity. It's fun to watch.
Yep, and when we talk about quarterbacks, we're going to see one today that's had a lot of success, but he needs to play better by his own admission and his coaches, and that's Kevin Jennings.
Kevin's a talented guy. He's a dual threat guy. He can hurt you with his feet, with his arm. He's going to extend plays. He is the heartthrob of this team.
It's going to be interesting because Jennings and the Mustangs had a bye last week after the loss to TCU. Now they open ACC play. They've had tremendous conference success now in their last 2 full seasons under Rhett Lashley. Meanwhile, for Syracuse, Steve Angeli's torn Achilles sidelines him the rest of the year. Ricky Collins makes just his second start, and Fran Brown's review was a little bit about him and a little bit about his offensive mates, too.
No question. I mean, they have got to help him. He's coming into the fire for the second time now. He learned from the first time out last week. You see him open the game here. He stands in that pocket. He's got a free rusher coming at him, and he delivers a strike. He shows you his toughness and his poise. Now he goes on another play you're going to see here. He's got pressure coming off the edges. And that pressure is going to hit him in his leg. It's going to hit him on both sides. And he's not in balance, and he throws an ill-advised throw, doesn't look off the safety, interception. So you see kind of a good play, not a good play. What we have to have is consistency.
Well, that's what Fran Brown's hoping for today. You see his numbers against pressure and without pressure. Take that to note as Dana visits with Rhett Lashley.
Thanks, Wes. Rhett, your team fresh off a bye week, and you also get some key personnel back, specifically on the defensive end. What's the first order of business when the ball snaps today?
We got to play together. We just got to play hard for 60 minutes. On defense, we got to swarm. Offense, we got to play fast and physical and give ourselves a chance to play to our potential.
Speaking of that, you'll face a quarterback just making his second start, capable but unproven. What's the defensive plan to prevent them from moving down?
Yeah, we're going to have to make good adjustments. I mean, he's going to make some plays. He can run, so he's a little different. Just his second start. We're going to see some things we haven't prepared for. We're going to have to just settle in and make good adjustments.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Dana, thank you. Thanks to Rhett Lashley with the pre-kickoff visit here today in Dallas. And that brings us to what to watch for. It's brought to you by Subaru. Steve, the defensive numbers, if you just look at total and pass defense, these are really ugly numbers. Now, SMU's not bad against the run. Syracuse is still kind of find their footing, so to speak. This could be a game within the game here today. Who can throw the ball over the top of the other guy, I guess, right?
I mean, no question. I mean, I think the defenses are going to be big. Someone's got to stand up here and play some pass defense. And then I just think the opportunity to create pressure on the quarterbacks from the defenses. So there's a lot that's going to happen in this game. There's a lot of little storylines in here. But I think that you have the defensive storyline, and then, of course, you have the storyline of the quarterbacks here. And how is Ricky Collins going to take the next step?
Yeah, Ricky Collins will see the ball second because SMU won the toss and elected to receive. And Fran Brown's ready to go, coaching his 19th game as the head man of the Orange. 13-5. But he's been pretty good against the Atlantic Coast Conference, and Fran's got the beat. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing something. He certainly didn't learn that from me at Temple. I can tell you that right now. That didn't happen. But,
no.
You know, hey, stay loose and in the moment. Let's roll.
Yep. So on a gorgeous day, And in Dallas here today, temperatures are toward 90 degrees for this first Saturday in October. And those of us, primarily Dana, are glad they converted from turf to natural grass here in the offseason at SMU.
Yeah, we get to be in the air conditioning. Lucky us.
Chris Johnson deep, and 2 yards deep is going to bring it out. 10, 15, and almost to the 20-yard line before he got knocked down. So the Mustangs will scrimmage from near their 20-yard line, and here's a look at Kevin Jennings, of course, out of South Oak Cliff High School. Last year, 9-2 as a starter. You see the 3,200 yards of passing, and just really stepped right in and got very comfortable. The numbers passing-wise were impressive for sure. And it's been a little bit of a bouncy start in the 2-2 mark here for SMU. They enter this ball game, by the way. They've won 17 straight conference regular season games. Derek McFall opens as the back, and Kevin Jennings on a keep here. First down, Coach, for about 7, maybe 8 yards.
Nice job, nice run. He reads that play with the speed sweep going one way, and then, of course, the counter action going the other. Nice run, nice solid, keep you on schedule here.
Jennings looking to throw for the first time. Shoots it to the far side, and that is broken up on the way to the freshman Jalen Cooper by another freshman. And that was Demetrius Samuel Jr. A couple of true freshmen hooking up here.
And they say he's just a freak athlete. I mean, this guy is something special, a two-way player, and you can see he's all over that route right there. Good defensive play.
3rd down and 3. SMU at 11th in the ACC, coming in at 39%. And this is Harden trying to get something going, and he cannot. He only got about a yard. Gary Bryant, the third, launched in there to make the play, and that is 3 and out for SMU offensively.
I really like the way that Gary comes down here and puts a low pad level, and that's just stopped right in his tracks right there. That's really good defensive play, really good linebacker play, forcing a punt here early, creating some field position for the Orange.
Samuel will drop back to take the punt for SMU. We get our first look at the Aussie, Wade McSparron, to punt here for SMU. Not a particularly good punt. And it will bounce around the 43-yard line. That punt might be about 16 yards, maybe 15 yards.
I mean, I'm not sure that ball didn't come off his shin or something. It was kind of bizarre looking.
Ricky Collins makes his second career start today. Of course, 4 games in his only campaign at LSU. Last week against Duke, 24 of 37. Did throw the early interception to Caleb Weaver. And Fran Brown talked about it wasn't, when we visited with him, he was very quick to say this wasn't all Ricky's fault last week.
No, he needs help by his players. There was drop balls, there was poor routes. They've got to help him. They've all got to be rolling together in the same direction.
Yasin Willis, the early carry for the Orange on the ground. And he'll pound away for almost 4 full yards, maybe 5 on the play.
Fran had talked about, there's an example about, you know, Yasin being more vertical in his entry into the run game. He started dancing there at the line of scrimmage a little bit. They want him to find the hole, make one cut, get vertical, and go. He's going to be huge in this game. They've got to establish the run game.
2nd down, 6. Willis stays in the ball game. Scott Simons moving the Mustangs around. Collins to throw. Back across the middle, that's Villari, the tight end. He'll be shy of the first down. First catch for Dan Villari, his 23rd of the year. Jalen Davis Robinson, the corner, better known as Smoke, makes the stop for SMU, and Syracuse right up on the beat now. 3rd and short, they're going to hand it to Willis. And I think he's going to get the first down at the 31.5. He had to break the 32 and did. So Syracuse with an early 3-and-out stop and a poor punt by McSparron now, Steve. The Orange are navigating a little better and with a little more confidence perhaps here in this opening drive today than they did a week ago with Collins.
No question. Field position, make a couple of first downs. Everything looks a little bit better. Now they got to cap it off with a score.
Two receivers and a tight end bunched. Little pistol set here for Ricky Collins. And this is Willis trying to break free. He does to the outside. Yasin Willis hurdles another man and picks up a first down. He went right over the top of Isaiah Wachovia, did Willis, and knocked down at the 18-yard line. It's another first down for the Orange. What a terrific play.
What a stiff arm there by Yasin Willis. And then that sets up the next hurdle by Yasin Willis. But he's a big-bodied back, and what happens is those guys are hard to tackle. He got on the perimeter. They couldn't get him down.
Willis out. Will Nixon has come into the lineup now for the Orange on this opening drive. And Nixon will get the carry. And he'll spin right back into a tackle. It'll be a yard maybe on the play. Another look here at the Willis move.
Bam! Look at that. He extends, knocks the linebacker off path. I mean, you got to love the, I'm telling you, a big back can wear you out in the perimeter, man. Hard to get him on the ground, and as the game goes on, those guys wear down the defense.
That's Alexander Kilgore, who he stiff-armed and then hurdled Wachovia. And Jaden Hart has now come in the game. So we've seen Willis, we've seen Nixon, and now we're going to see Jaden Hart as the running back.
Well, it's a hot day down there, and he's going to keep them fresh.
Yeah, both he and Nixon in the game now here, Coach.
Yeah, two-back set.
Second and the full 10 for the Orange, and Collins wants to throw into the flat. That is Nixon the catch, and he is slung out of bounds by Davis Robinson. And just shy of the first down. It'll be a couple of yards and a third down snap coming up for the Orange. You see Will Nixon, he is the son of the offensive coordinator, Jeff Nixon. And the third down in short play, Willis back on the lineup for the Orange.
I think you got 2 downs here. I think you take 2 downs and you run it twice right here. Get the first down and reload.
Collins will call for the snap, hand to Willis. And he got stacked up. He had to get inside the 9. I don't think he did. Medlock was there to make the stop. Transfer from Utah.
I tell you, I'd like to see him run with a little lower pad level. You know, when you get down here inside the low red zone, which is inside the 12, the 15, you're a running back. You got to have a low pad level, and you got to be your own blocker sometimes.
Yep.
He was a little high that time. They were able to stop a big, powerful guy pretty easily.
This is a big play early, isn't it, Steve?
No question about it. I mean, this is a great opportunity for a little play action off the power play here. It wouldn't shock me if you saw that.
Fran Brown going to punch a timeout, and he does. Ricky Collins was under center. We're going to step aside here in Dallas. Early drama with the Orange and the Mustangs. Syracuse threatening when we come back. early drama here in Dallas. Fran Brown got a timeout called on 4th, and I believe Dana Boyle has confirmed it is a yard.
All right, can you, in the old adage, can you make a yard?
Dana, what's a Dazio's favorite production meeting question? What's your play when you need a yard, right?
He has a lot of questions. That was not what I was going to say on air.
Wow, Dana.
In the best way.
Well, we got a big moment here. I'll tell you what I see here is if Fran is serious about, Coach Brown's serious about wanting to run the ball, you're going to take your sin and you're going to go get a first down, go get a yard. If he doesn't do that, I think you're going to see a play-action pass off a power pass or an RPO. But
no, Yasin Willis here. Dan Bellari in the Wildcat. Here's Bellari, first down, I think. Off the left side, Ahmad Moses. They didn't run. They had Collins there, but they wildcatted it to Dan Bellari, who 2 years ago was playing quarterback at the end of the year.
He was, and that was a staple for them, and that's what they did here. And, you know, credit to them. I mean, they felt that was their best opportunity to get an advantage numbers-wise with a strong ball carrier. I think that's a smart move, good move, first down.
Yeah, Massapequa, Long Island, Dan Bellari, originally at Michigan as a quarterback, by the way. Then transferred to Syracuse, converted to a tight end a couple of years ago. He ended up being the finishing man at quarterback in Dino Baber's final campaign. There's Yasin Willis on a 1st and goal play, crashing down to the 2-yard line. So take all that conventional fundamental football out of your pocket, Adazio. He went wildcat with a tight end.
Well, I'll tell you what now, in my history, you know, I love that kind of football, but I didn't know they were going to pull that out of the pocket, but they did, and more credit to them. I love it. I love it. Run. Tell your team we're going to learn how to run, get first downs and touchdowns. Here we go.
Syracuse picking up a lot of clock. Willis again. Lowers the shoulder, tries to push the stack. I think they're going to spot it to the 1. Pack of blue shirts were there. Big number 4 is Terry Webb. He's 315 pounds from Galveston. Look at him engaged right at the snap. Robertson peeled in off the edge, number 9 in the blue. He's one of the best pass rushers SMU has. And here comes another 3rd and short play. Willis stays on the field with Collins. Got a couple of tight ends, Bellari and Clement to the right, bunched up. Fran Brown Jr. has come in as a fullback, the coach's son. They're going to hand to Willis. He tried to go over the top. He got hit on the button by the blue-shirted Mustangs. Alexander Kilgore was the first guy there for Rhett Lashley's team.
Yeah, really nice job by him stopping. Look at Bam in the hole, man. He stuck him. I just think, you can't leave your feet that early. He left his feet a little bit too early there. You're in the air. You don't have your legs under your power, but they're going to go again.
4th and goal again. They're trying to sneak for it. Big mosh pit at the goal line. SMU says they've got it. They've made the stop, and they have.
Wow.
What a goal line stand for Rhett Lashley and SMU. 3rd down, and then again on 4th down.
Really nice job by the defense here. They were able to get some penetration, and I just think, once again, pad level, but what a defensive stand. What a start to this game.
ACC Network College Football is brought to you by Jersey Mike Subs, a sub above.
Well, a third and short stop and a fourth and even shorter stop by SMU has kept us scoreless here at Ford Stadium in Dallas. Boy, Steve, this turned into a like bone-on-bone football right away, didn't it? Amazing.
I love it. And now you got the ball inside the 1 yard line. SMU has got to come out of here and create some field position so Syracuse has a chance to make a play.
Kevin Jennings will get in the gun here with TJ Hart, the running back. And Jennings wants to throw, try to hit the slant. Instead, Hudson the catch. And he's going to lean forward to the 5, Raheem Long. But a nice ball game last week against Duke makes the stop for the Orange. Alexander Kilgore deserves a ton of credit. He was involved on the first third down play, and then on the fourth down play, he was the one that undercut. Terrific instincts by the linebacker who they get back in the lineup. Remember, he got hurt here on opening night against East Texas A&M. Here is Romello Brinson's first touch of the day. He'll be a yard shy of a first down. That's a long throw for Jennings to make. And very quickly, we've gotten to third and about a yard here for the Mustangs.
Yeah, I think they'll run it here on 30 yard. That's their mechanism when you're in the shotgun to get the ball out from the goal line.
They're going to hand it straight ahead. Here's the bounce off play. Coming back near side is Harden. Jennings kind of decoyed to help him free up the near side, and out of bounds beyond the 30 goes TJ Harden. He comes into the ball game, their leading rusher with better than 300 yards a game. He got 22 there.
I tell you what, Wes, there was nothing there. What a job he did being able to bounce that ball outside, because it was a stone wall by Syracuse. You're going to see that stone wall. He is able to redirect and get to the perimeter. That's a big play. Best part is Kevin Jennings went out there like he was going to lead block, and it looks like last minute decided, what the heck am I doing out here?
That's a business decision. Yeah, Cornell Perry was seeking, and so therefore Jennings bypassed, but Harden got enough and then some for the first down at the 32. They're tending to Deion Tank Wilson. That's the injured Orange player here with 5.5 minutes to go. We'll step aside. In Dallas, still no score with the Mustangs and Orange on ACC Network. All right, we welcome you back to Dallas. Hey, Coach, we got to get our guys being just look here. We got a little crew collection. We got some animation done.
Yeah, and that's not real flattering right now.
No,
I'm not real happy about that.
No, you're
you know
fine.
What I mean?
Let's go ahead.
But these are two dudes right here, Delorier, the linebacker, and Kevin Jennings, the quarterback, squaring up against each other. We'll talk later about that picture.
Here's Jennings handing the ball inside, and Dremeco Green, the freshman from Conroe, Texas, on his first carry of the day. The crew took a collection, Coach. We spent some money on the budget to get that done, the animation.
I think Dana's behind that.
No. Dana just comes.
Never. I'm your ally, Coach.
All right.
She might have been a contributor, along with everybody else who thinks it's a good idea. Young Green in the ball game. Now Johnson has come back in. Play fake here by Jennings. Oh, back across, and this is the tight end, Matthew Hipner. And he will get to the 37-yard line. That's still going to be.
Yeah, really nice job here. A little bit of a play fake, and then a throwback over here to the tight end crossing, and they love him, Matthew Hipner. I mean, he's a dude, too, now. That NFL prospect, great hands, can block, can run great routes. That was a well-conceived play. A lot of candy, a lot of eye candy going on there.
5 receivers, 3 to the field. As you see Johnson now, he'll drift back in with Jennings. Play clock down to about 3 seconds. Jennings takes the snap. Kevin to his right with time. He's gotten a lot of protection here. Now steps away from pursuit. He'll turn the corner and throw back down the field and beyond the reach of Yamir Knight.
That's what Kevin Jennings can do to you right there. Great protection, but he's moving around. He's dangerous. He's extending the play. Really a good job by Syracuse. But I'll tell you, this protection was outstanding. I mean, he really didn't even have to move. He moved in that pocket, but he stays alive. Now he can outrun the late push by the defense. Look at him on the edge right here and takes a shot down the field. He's dangerous.
6 plays in the punt. McSparron, who struggled with the first one. Davian Kerr waits for Syracuse. And this is a much better punt by McSparron. Kerr looking up into the sun will field it over the shoulder. And the Orange will start deep in their own territory after a 51-yard punt. Don't forget tonight, 7:30 Eastern Time, the Huddle Crew has a field pass presentation of Miami and Florida State from the Doak in Tallahassee. Sights and sounds from the sideline. Taylor Tannenbaum, Eddie Royal, Eric McLean, Jimbo Fisher on the sidelines tonight in Tallahassee with the Huddle Field Pass show and guest. All coming up tonight, 7:30 on ACC Network. Now, Jimbo, there's no confirmation to the report that he's going to have a play sheet and the glasses down at the front of the nose to make the play calls tonight.
I tell you, they gave him a nice welcome there, and that's great to see. He deserves it. What a great guy, great coach.
Orange off the 10, and a fumble. Oh, and it's intercepted. What a play. Maizano. And Ricky Collins was trying to get something hot, Steve, and Syracuse pays for it with a turnover.
That was a great play by Brandon Maizano. Wow, he stepped right in front of that ball and made a really, really good interception. Not a smart throw there, especially down in your own territory. But
wow.
Again, you know, Wes, sometimes I look at those plays and I say to myself, backed up like that a little bit, you know, take a little pressure off that young Q like that. But here we are.
Club takeaway here at Ford Stadium for the Mustangs. SMU gets their 7th interception of the year. They're now +2 takeaway giveaway. And look at this, red zone possession now for Kevin Jennings and the Mustangs. Brandon Maizano with his first career interception. Around the corner, this is Johnson, and a terrific play in space by Delorier.
Speaking of our dude right there,
yep.
He can run now. That was great pursuit across the field. He's able to make a really good play. Watch him run here. Watch him track this thing and run it down right there. Really well done. Good speed, good athleticism.
Loss of 2. TJ Harden spells Johnson. Jennings wants to throw. Here to the near side, Yamir Knight getting into traffic. He'll be knocked out of bounds inside the 10. Boy, both these defenses, Steve.
Yeah. It's like they've seen
buckled down, huh?
Yeah, they've seen the stats and said, hey, we got to get something done here. They're playing hard, both sides of the ball. Syracuse, obviously, and SMU on defense, running to the football. It's impressive, but you know what? That heat's going to become a factor out here because the way they're playing so hard, they're going to have to rotate a lot of guys.
Harden will stay in the game with Jennings. Very quickly, third down again. Jennings moves to his left, throws for Hudson. Can't hang on. Incomplete. He had the freshman Samuel with him. Ball intended for Jordan Hudson in his 44th career game.
Yeah, this is a ball that should have been caught. That was a good pass. It was right on his hands. That should have been a touchdown. That's a bad drop right there.
That'll bring Sam Keltner, the redshirt freshman from Keller, Texas, onto the field. This will be a 26-yard try. His longest field goal was 28 2 weeks ago at TCU. He has replaced Colin Rogers as the place kicker here in Dallas. And the kick is good. So SMU has the first score of the ball game. Interception by Maizano, cashed in for a field goal by Keltner. And I think Fran Brown's happy his defense didn't concede the touchdown.
He should be. That's a good stop for Syracuse right there. That's the way to dig in. That would easily could have turned into 7 points. That's kind of a little bit of a moral win there for the Orange. And I think right now SMU has got to get a little bit more consistency in their offense right now. You know, they look like they're a little bit up and down. They can't establish the run game. They're probably going to have to go back and do that because that's not happening.
Let's go downstairs, Dana.
Well, Steve and Wes, you guys mentioned it. The heat is certainly a factor. Both benches have those misting fans, which isn't necessarily earth-shattering, but Fran Brown prepared for this all week. He had the heat cranked to 90 degrees in their indoor practice facility and expectant of this temperature at game, at kick. It's about 86 right now. Feels like 89 on the field.
Well, Dana, that's real. And Fran's smart to do what he did. It can get really hot in that dome. Of course, it used to get hot because there was no air conditioning. But that's the way to prepare for this environment. Really smart coaching and great idea for his team.
Kick will not be returned as Nixon lets it go over his head. So don't forget, when we're all done with the ACC today, you can finish the night with ACC Huddle final score. Tune in after Miami and Florida State tonight for all the highlights, breakdowns, interviews with the day's key players and coaches. ACC Huddle final score also from Tallahassee tonight here on ACC Network. And of course already Pitt and Clemson are winners in the ACC. Panthers impressive at home against Boston College. Tigers scored early and often today in Chapel Hill against the Tar Heels. Straight ahead goes Will Nixon on the first down snap off the Orange 25-yard line. See how Collins, you know, it was interesting the visit with Fran Brown, Coach. I thought he talked a little bit about technique, but he also talked a lot about the mentality of not just Ricky Collins, but his offensive teammates with him in that first start last Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt he's trying to rally this team around Ricky and for Ricky to absorb that and feel that confidence. And I think also the other thing was he made it pretty clear they needed to run the ball. And you can see that right now in the beginning. They're trying to get the ball run a little bit more.
Second down and 7. And there's a throw that got batted down. That's Kilgore. Alexander Kilgore back with real momentum in the Mustang lineup, Dana.
What stood out to me, guys, when we were talking to head coach Fran Brown in my conversation with Ricky Collins this week, after that 36-3 loss to Duke, that night of the game, he sat in Fran Brown's office and they went through every single offensive play, broke it down, highlighted his strengths, his weaknesses. You're just built different if you do that on your own, right, Steve?
No question, Dana. No doubt about it.
Here's a third down play now after the pass batted away by Kilgore. Orange, one of their first 3. Collins wants to throw, long ball, and is it caught at the 41? That's Darrell Gill Jr., who is a native Texan, making the grab for the first down. 13-yard throw, nice grab by Gill, had to go to all fours to make it.
Yeah, that's a nice catch, a nice grab. Really soft in the coverage, big cushion.
Nixon got hit after a couple of yards. That was Webb, I think. Terry Webb, transfer from Texas State. He and it looks like Jeffrey Imba are taking up a lot of space in the interior of the SMU front here. 2nd and 9. Collins back across the middle, and Nixon the catch at the 46. No, incomplete is the call.
Both these teams, Wes, are playing with tempo right now in this heat, and this is a fast-moving game.
And I wouldn't say it's inordinately hot. It's different, though. It's not expected to be 90 degrees in October, even in Dallas.
Especially if you're coming from central New York.
Yeah, no question. Yasin Willis has come in. This is 3rd down and the full 9 now for the Orange. Collins wants to take the deep shot downfield and incomplete. It was Jonte Cook with Deuce Harmon.
Really good coverage here. I mean, there's no way you're gonna, he's all over this thing. There's nowhere to throw that ball. You're lucky that thing doesn't get picked coming the other way. You just can't make those kind of ill-advised throws. Check it down. If you have to punt it, but don't turn it over.
3 and out for the Mustang defense, or 6 plays in the Mustang defense. Now here's the punt with Jack Stonehouse. Now when we see Stonehouse, folks, we're seeing the best punter in the ACC and 3rd best nationally at 49 yards.
That's a weapon. That's how you tilt the field. This guy is a special punter now. He gets a lot of height on the thing and a lot of distance.
Flag down. Fair catch is made by Ymir Knight outside the 15-yard line. Let's see what happened here. It was a 4th and 9 punt, so offside will only buy Syracuse. Oh, it's procedure on the Orange. Now, I'm guessing SMU.
Illegal formation, the kicking team, more than 4 players in the backfield. That 5-yard penalty be added to end of the return. Yeah. SMU, 1st down.
Yeah, Rhett Lashley doesn't want Stonehouse punting it again.
No, Stonehouse can pin you inside the 10 in a blink. We'll take it at the 21 or 2-yard line, and let's get this offense going. Both these defenses, Wes, came in under fire, and they're kind of performing right now. I am a little surprised, but it's a pleasant surprise for both these teams. They're playing at a higher level on the defensive side of the ball.
The Stonehouse family of punting. Jack is just the latest. You see 49 yards of punt. That's 1st in the ACC. He's 3rd nationally. His net number, and that's sometimes what the fellas at the next level look at. He's 1st in the ACC. He's 18th nationally at almost 46 yards of punt.
Wow.
Here's Jennings on a play fake, trying to sail it back across the field. It's caught in stride. Stepping out of bounds, Jalen Cooper at the 45-yard line. Nice throw of 23 by Kevin Jennings.
I mean, he put some nice air and led the receiver and gave him an opportunity to catch that. Really well thrown.
This is Harden on the right side. TJ Harden trying to step outside, and he'll reach a 1st down to the 44-yard line of the Orange. Devin Grant downhill to make the play, and the Orange players shaken up on the play. It might be Elijah Funtis-Cundra. We'll step aside. That's the final play of the 1st period. SMU 3, Syracuse nothing. We're underway in Dallas on ACC Network. Well, it's 3-0 as we go to quarter 2. And Steve, we've seen big plays really for both schools. First of all, there's Brandon Maizano, the interception. But SMU can't convert it to a touchdown. Kick a field goal, it's 3-0. Sam Keltner did the honors there. Then earlier, and you see how fired up Fran Brown is because it was a field goal, not a touchdown.
Right.
And don't forget the 3rd and 4th down stop that Lashley's defense had on the goal to go against the Orange. So both teams have posted wins here, and we've only got 3 points on the board.
Right, because both defenses are playing well right now, which has not been
near the reflective stats we showed at the top.
No question.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of playing great defense and why you need to play great defense. And the offenses right now are kind of, to me, look like they're hunting and pecking a little bit, you know, trying to figure out, you know, where they're going to exploit the opponent today.
Yeah. Dramico Green has come in. He's with Kevin Jennings in the backfield as we start quarter 2. Quick throw to the perimeter. Here's Jordan Hudson now. And he'll break the 40 down toward the 37 or 36 of the Orange. DeLaurier the stop. You may remember the Jordan Hudson story. He caught the first pass on the first play of the season against East Texas and injured his elbow and proceeded to miss a couple ball games. And there's a quick throw. Romello Brinson sneaking down the far side. It'll be a red zone snap on the shove out of bounds by Deuce Chestnut of a 17-yard play. Mustangs are rolling here.
Yeah, they're going fast. That was an impressive play, by the way. That was a triple option, which is really cool.
Now they're going to hand the ball, and boy, Green got spun around and dropped. That's Moultrie Goddard, a redshirt sophomore from the Bronx, making the tackle. Here's another look at the play.
Yeah, he's coming down the line. He pulled the ball. He almost got to the line of scrimmage, and then he threw the last phase of that triple option, the pass. That was really well done. There's a lot of moving parts there. The blocking on the perimeter, the read by the quarterback, and the throw on the run without crossing the line of scrimmage. Well done.
Looked like a sidearm offer on the throw to Brinson.
He's athletic, man. He's got all the, he can adjust his throws on all different levels.
TJ Harden in the backfield, 2nd down. Here's the toss coming here to the near side of Harden. And he'll pick up a couple of yards here on 1st down. That'll get to a 1st down. On the 2nd and short, they're going to spot it at the 15. This guy transferred from UCLA. He's from Los Angeles. You see at UCLA almost 1,700 yards and 12 scores. Leads him in carries, yards, and scores here. He's got 38 on 4 carries today.
Well, they like him as a big back, not a guy that can create a big explosive run with speed, but has size.
Jennings trying to loop it out. That ball's caught in stride, turning the corner, hitting the end zone is Knight, and the touchdown. 15-yard throw, Kevin Jennings to Ymir Knight.
That was a nice little man beater. They talked a little bit, you know, about having man beaters. Casey Woods, and there's one, a little whip route and a little bit of a moving pick and beat man coverage and get in the end zone. Well done, well put together by Casey Woods, the offensive coordinator. He's an impressive guy, by the way, Wes.
Yep.
When he walks in the room, that's a future head coach right there. But that was a heck of a call and a great play structure to it.
7 plays, 78 yards, 245, 15-yard throw and catch. Keltner adds the point. And now it is a 10-0 SMU lead. Touchdown pass number 10 on the year for Kevin Jennings. And Ymir Knight scores for the 2nd time. 10-0 SMU, Coach.
Well, they ran that little whip route combination, cleared it with the outside receivers, and then the whip route goes right down the sideline. Really well constructed play. Well done.
Boy, by the time Knight got it, all it was a foot race.
That's it. That's the way you want it to be, just like that.
Yeah.
Man coverage. When you can pick man coverage and whip or mesh against it, that's the beaters for man.
SMU only had 48 yards in their first 3 possessions. They had 78 on that. And here is Nixon on the kick return, and he'll be dumped over right around the 20-yard line. And that's where the Orange will get started. We told you Casey Woods. Steve mentioned Casey Woods. He and Rhett Lashley go all the way back to Auburn when they were both kind of GAs for Gus Malzahn. He's upstairs in the box, and of course he and Lashley in constant communication. And then if you say Casey Woods, now wait a second, where did I know? Well, there's Casey's dad. There's Sparky, former head coach at Appalachian, South Carolina, longtime ACC assistant, old George Welsh offensive coordinator, late 90s in Charlottesville. Now he's just a coach who likes coming to watch ball, spending a week with his son and his grandkids, right?
It can't be anything better than that. That's kind of my goal right there. Man. He was a heck of a coach, man. I love watching that. It's awesome.
There's a play in the backfield. They get Willis on the ground, and a terrific play by Isaiah Smith, Dana, on the defensive end spot.
Well, what Casey Woods failed to mention is that's some free babysitting for him and his wife, Lauren. They've got 5 kids, so nice free babysitting. You like that, Steve, don't you?
Oh, the free babysitting's key, and when the grandparents are in town, that's the best way to get that handled right there. So that's just a beautiful family deal and really fun to see. But I said earlier that Casey's a heck of a rising young coach here. He's going to be a head coach one day, no doubt about it.
Here's Collins now trying to throw. That's Valari, another grab for the big tight end. They're going to get him on the ground eventually around the 23-yard line. Valari is 5th among tight ends in FBS football now with 24 catches. Moses made the stop. It was funny, Rhett Lashley told us yesterday, said we even let Sparky come in the meeting room, think if he wanted to, get a play in the book for the game, and he said, "No, I'm okay."
He's had enough pressure in his career. He doesn't need to make that call.
Yeah. Will Nixon into the game. You see the 4 receivers. Collins looking to throw here on 3rd down and 7. He'll get out of the pocket and come close to the first down. I think he probably picked it up. Kevin Allen out of the defensive front for SMU was able to make the play. But boy, credit Ricky Collins here with the walls coming down around him, Coach.
Yeah, smart play. He saw there was nobody open. He took off and got plus yards, and that's what he has to do, make good decisions.
Collins, quick throw, and up the ladder, the catch is made. That is Emmanuel Ross, I think. Or no, Ross Simmons, that's 12, not 18. The big 6'3" senior from Rochester, New York. This is some kind of prospect now at wide receiver in his senior campaign. That's his 17th catch of the year, his first today.
Those are the kind of throws, and this is what you want to do for Ricky to get his confidence going.
Yep, now they're going to hit it inside, and that is Nixon, the ball carrier, out to the 40. So it'll be 3rd and short here.
Now this is
not flashy, but they got it to 3rd and short here, Steve.
Right, and that's what they need to do. They need to stay on schedule so they can have a chance to keep these chains moving, and that's the whole object here. Now on 3rd and short here, I think they're going to run the ball. I mean, I think you do that here, but could be an RPO, which is that run pass read option here. But they're going to get under center here in the I formation. Yeah, they're going to get big, tight end wing.
Fran Brown Jr., Yasin Willis, they're going to hand it to the big back. Guess what? Mustangs, Cam Robertson again off that defensive end spot. This guy's more than just a pass rusher. But now all of a sudden, 3rd and the doorsteps become 4th and the full yard here.
Yeah, well, what happens right here is the wing tight end gets beat. As you said, great job there by Cam Robertson, and there's penetration. There's nowhere to run that ball right there. That's good defense.
Elijah Washington Baker has come in. He's a big tight end. Syracuse 8 of 14 on 4th down. Here's Collins. They're trying to hand it inside. Willis tried to bounce it, didn't get there. Isaiah Wacobia got him on the ground, and the play was whistled dead. And the ball's going to belong to SMU, I believe. Mike Roach and the officiating crew.
I think you're right, Wes. I don't think he got there. I think this is going to, it's close. I wonder if they'll measure. I think he's short.
I think they had to touch the 41. The ball has been spotted closer to the 40.
Yeah. Yeah, Fran wants a measurement on the other side here.
One more look.
Yeah. Oh, the ball came out.
Oh, ball came out.
Ball came out. That ball's out. Wonder if they're going to replay that.
Well, the knee may have been down before the ball came out. Well, this could end up under review in short.
I think it's short in either case, but I'd like to see that again to see if that ball was out. Here's the replay here.
Watch the knee.
He's holding the ball loosely. Wow, knee's probably down. It's close.
Oh, get an idea here.
Wow, it's kind of simultaneous.
Yeah.
You know,
they're measuring now off the spot.
Yeah, I think it's short off the spot.
Yeah, so there it is. Second time in 4 possessions, the Orange have cashed out on downs. This time on 7 plays. And
I'll tell you, I like the mindset of Fran Brown. I know they came up short twice, but I'll tell you what, you got to be aggressive. You got to take your shots. I think that's the right mindset, the right message to send to your team. Now, let's see if the Syracuse defense can rally here again and get a stop.
Now, the tenor of the game still is that both defensive units have come in here and made plays. Now, SMU's coming off a 78-yard drive in 7 plays. Best they've looked offensively today. And now their defense has just shut the door on another 4th down play against the Orange. And Kevin Jennings, who's 9 of 12, and now with a touchdown pass in his pocket. Back to work, and the first down give is Harden. And TJ Harden turns the corner, bounced it outside. And I think he'll be just shy of a first down on Gary Bryant's tackle for the Orange.
Yeah, it's, you know, what happens right now is the defense for Syracuse is on the field a little bit too long now. And that's going to become a factor here with the heat and with the tempo.
Second and short for Jennings. And Harden straight ahead. Picks up the first down. The ball got knocked loose, and Jennings is right there to recover it. And I still think it's going to be 3rd and short. He had the first down before the ball got dislodged here.
Yeah, I think, you know, someone came in late here and really did a really nice job of dislodging that ball.
Might have been James Hurd, number 6.
Yeah, and was that Devin Grant in the game at that point? Did I see 23 in there?
So now here's 3rd and short. Stone Eby has come in the ball game. He's kind of the tight end to the left, if you will. And Jennings wants to throw. Long shot down the left side. A lot of hand fighting, and a flag comes out on a ball intended deep.
Pass interference. Defense number 6. 15-yard penalty, automatic. First down.
They were throwing for Derek McFall.
Yeah, I mean, he's grabbed him. He's impeded his ability to run the route. That's a good call, but clearly what happened there was Rhett Lashley decided, hey, we're going to take a shot because I'm going for it on 4th down. That's what happened there. So it was a good move. They got the PI, they got the first down, and again, the Syracuse defense is on the field. Now they're getting tired.
And one of their fastest guys, McFall, clearly had an edge on a linebacker.
Yeah, no question. Yeah, no question.
So 1st and 10 it is after the penalty, and here's Jennings looking to throw again. He'll sail it. R.J. Maryland. And that's an SMU touchdown. 16 yards, Kevin Jennings to R.J. Maryland. And Steve, the Mustangs have posted 2 touchdowns inside the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, he just dragged across the defense and they got lost on the defense. Someone gave up their zone. I think they were in zone, and then someone voided the zone. I think it was the corner, but there's almost a little delay looking kind of slow drag coming across the field.
Back-to-back touchdown drives now for the Mustangs. Have made it a 16-0 game. And Keltner's point is good, so it's a 17-0 lead. And Kevin Jennings has guided SMU to a pair of touchdowns in their last 2 possessions. The latest, R.J. Maryland back on the board in Dallas. Well, we've seen Kevin Jennings throw 2 touchdown passes in the last 2 possessions. Darian Mensah goes tonight in the North Bay. Haynes King has got a bye week. He watched his alma mater, the Longview Lobos, play last night here in Texas. Castellanos tonight in the ball game with Miami. And I'll tell you what, don't forget Field Pass. Carson Beck and Thomas Castellanos. That'll be a fun part tonight here on ACC Network at 7:30. Jimbo will be breaking down, guys. Come on now. Jimbo will be talking quarterbacks for us.
Oh, he loves to talk quarterbacks. And I'll tell you what, there's some good ones in the ACC right now.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the quarterback league.
You were our first look at Mensah on the hoof the other night when we saw him last week at Syracuse. Castellanos, Carson Beck now. Steve, what a rebirth for him and Miami in that light.
Yeah, no question. I mean, he is really, his completion percentage is outstanding, and he just, like you said, Wes, new life, new team. They're, you know, he's brought them up with him, and it's a fun story to follow.
Yeah, that ball game's really interesting tonight. Really interesting. The loss in Charlottesville means there's a big premium on it for the Noles, and certainly one for the Hurricanes in the top 6 in the country. Here's a throw on the perimeter. They're trying to get it into space. And the tackle made by Ahmad Moses. It's a loss of 5 on the play. Jonte Cook, who is from DeSoto, one of the suburbs, and really one of the better high school programs in the Metroplex area, Steve. And they're trying to get the ball to Cook any way they can, and
no doubt.
Moses is right there.
Moses really had a beautiful tackle. They call that a shimmy, come the power tackle in space. Really good.
2nd down long now. Collins going to throw again and overthrows Ross Simmons. So very quickly 3rd down and 15 now for the Orange.
Yeah, that's not a good throw there. He's got to make a better throw than that. And you know, now they're really off schedule, and they've got to do something here, or guess what? That defense is back on the field again.
Yeah, you're right.
And that's wearing.
17-0 game, halfway through quarter 2 on a beautiful Saturday in Dallas.
What you don't want to do here is throw an interception, so you got to be careful with the football here right now.
Straight drop, Collins in trouble. Out of the pocket he comes, and Wachovia gives chase. He steps away from that and is close to the first down, I think. Just a terrific individual play from Ricky Collins here.
Yeah, no question. That was a heck of a play. You can tell, listen, he's not short on toughness. He's not short on competitiveness, this guy. He steps up here, now he's going to bend to the perimeter, and he's going to be able to get the ball up the field and outrun some people. That was impressive.
It is 4th down and 1. And Fran Brown seeing where this is. Here's Collins going to throw it on the perimeter. It's dropped. Whistle blows. Timeout SMU. Ooh, wow.
Before the snap, SMU takes its first time out of the half.
Darrell Gill.
It'll be a 30-second timeout.
They did not complete the catch. So Fran Brown, Dana, gets a timeout from SMU and another crack at this 4th and short.
Well, when we spoke to head coach Fran Brown this week, he said our football team didn't play tough enough. I was just on the Syracuse sidelines. He went to the entire defense and said, stop watching the iPad. You just have to make plays. It's as simple as that.
Well, I think that defense is making some plays for him.
Yeah.
But, you know, here's the situation. Short yardage that SMU called the timeout, and obviously that was a poor throw by Ricky and was not going to be a completion. But they called the timeout. And now everybody's going to come back at it, maybe with a little different play in mind.
They bring back in the big tight end, Elijah Washington Baxter.
I mean, are they going to go direct snap here, do you think, to the tight end?
To Valari? Yeah, I mean, it worked once. You might as well give it a crack here.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if we saw that, but nope.
Here comes Collins under center. He's going to pitch it. They're going to try to get to the edge, and that's Willis. And he will turn the corner and cross the 40 and have a first down for the Orange. Now, there's a play you don't see very much, Steve. Under center, tight formation, and a pitch to the back.
And one heck of a block by David Clement in the perimeter that sprang that.
So 1st and 10 it is, right at the 40 for the Orange. Collins, quick throw. Wachovia almost had it. On the way to Justice Ross Simmons, Isaiah Wachovia was looking right at potentially his 11th career interception.
Wes, Ricky Collins has got to stop staring these throws down right now. I mean, they're reading his eyes and able to jump or break on the ball. That's what's going on there right now.
Wachovia wearing the honored 23 jersey of Jerry Levias for the 3rd consecutive year here in Dallas. One of the real leaders for Rhett Lashley and this football team. Here's Collins throwing and overthrows Ross Simmons that time. And there's going to be a flag. I think we're going to get a late hit on Isaiah Smith here against Ricky Collins. Oh, no, it's a penalty on the Orange, according to Mike Roach. My apologies to Isaiah Smith. What do you do here, Steve? Yardage or incomplete pass?
Holding, offense number 75, 10-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Now, would you have done that? I mean, that to me is always one of the more interesting scenarios for a head coach.
Yeah.
Because you see the inside, you see the play.
Yep.
It's an incomplete pass.
Right.
Do you want the yardage or do you want it to be 3rd down and 10?
I think you take the yardage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you struggle? Do head coaches struggle with that as much as fans do?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, it's hard. I mean, you know, you got to some of these aren't as clean cut as others. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, especially when you're on the field in real time.
And you need to give them an answer.
No doubt.
Here's Collins on 2nd down and long now, dialing up Ross Simmons. What a catch inside the 20, and the Orange threatening on the best throw of the day from Ricky Collins to Justice Ross Simmons.
I don't know, you know, it all starts with protection for Ricky. Boy, he had great protection. He set his feet, and he was able to throw a really nice ball. Now, on the flip side, on defense, I'm not sure about the coverage there. It looked like there was a bust in the coverage. He ran, you know, there was nobody on top of him. So that was kind of strange.
52-yard throw. Red zone opportunity now for the Orange. Trailing 17-0. Another throw by Collins, looking end zone again, and that was Ross Simmons, the intended receiver, one more time. Ricky Collins had only had 37 yards of passing. He got 52 in one swing. Ross Simmons is, boy, he's giving you highlights during the course of this campaign already. You saw what he did at Colorado State, and of course he had 2 touchdown catches in games with UConn and Clemson already this year.
He'll be a guy playing on Sundays. He's got that kind of talent.
Sure does. Tight end, 3 receivers here. 2nd and 10, Collins to throw. Back across the middle, and Wachovia, did he get that one? Oh, that's Barker.
Going on the field is an incomplete
It is
pass.
Zakai Barker, 33.
Well, we had his back, so you know he initially bobbled it, but was he able to maintain it on the second kind of catch, so to speak?
No.
We can't see, but no.
So Zakai Barker, who's been in and out of the lineup with injury here in his SMU career after transferring from East Carolina. Now here's 3rd and 10 again. Is Collins living on the edge a little bit here, Steve?
Well, I think, you know, he's dangerously close on a few INTs here, but
here's a crossing route, and this is Cook. And around the corner he goes. It'll be close to another first down.
I'll tell you what I noticed right now is SMU's not able to get to Ricky Collins right now. There's not a lot of, they're tired too. They got their hands on their hips. They're not getting a lot of pressure and not affecting him. And I think when he's not affected and can set his feet, he's got a nice arm.
4th down and 2.
Now they're in an empty set on 4th and 2.
Here's Collins, wants to throw, gonna look and misses the intended receiver, Willis.
Well, you got to be able to, have to be able to make these throws. These are, you know, he's got an open receiver and he doesn't get the ball to him, but that has to happen. Watch him here. He's going to set his feet, but he just has an errant throw. Too bad. Lost opportunity.
During the break in the action, Ricky Collins and Fran Brown in discussion here. Syracuse has 2 turnovers on downs in the red zone. You see Kevin Jennings a yard shy of 100 yards with 2 TD passes, and the Mustangs will start 1st and 10 off their 10 with 4:36 to go and a couple of timeouts. Here's Jennings to his right, and what a throw.
Wow.
More than that, what a catch. R.J. Maryland is at it again out to the 34. That's a 24-yard throw against Martin, the corner here. What a grab this is, Steve.
Yeah, it's a circus catch, you know, and he's able to get his feet down, and that throw on the run was something special.
Jennings again with time down the middle. Hittner. Another first down for SMU. This in orange territory now. Matthew Hittner, the Michigan transfer who was terrific a year ago. Back-to-back catches now from Maryland and Hittner. That one's 29 yards.
Yeah, that throw was on the money.
And look at Dremeco Green get going. The freshman from Conroe, Texas, who Casey Woods told us yesterday might be the most talented, might have the most potential. And we've got an injured player, so a timeout has been taken. And coming out of the lineup is P.J. Williams. And they'll move Draymond Odoms in. Look at the Maryland grab.
Yep.
My goodness.
2 tight ends, man. Give some tight end love here right now. Guys, tight end impacting the game. 2 of them.
And now the Mustangs will huddle up at the 24. They'll put Brinson and Jordan Hudson out wide to the left. And the 2 tight ends stay locked up here at the right. There's another quick throw on the perimeter, and Brinson trying to make a move. He'll pick up a couple of yards. Right. Perry made the stop for Syracuse. Steve, the packaging offensively with Casey Woods and Rhett Lashley here mixing and matching guys, it really fascinates me because you've got so many different variables at wide receiver. You've got clearly 3-4 backs you really like that you've used all here already in this first half. You got 2 tight ends, and R.J. Maryland is just a different player. He's a tight end listed some places, lines up off the formation a ton. Makes him hard to guard, man.
Yeah, you know, you got to cover the full 53 1/3 of the field, no doubt about it. Just think that, and then of course Casey Woods as the coordinator, he coaches the tight ends.
Yeah.
So he's going to make sure those tight ends get in that game plan as he should.
Romello Brinson on the catch. Chris Peel ultimately gets credit for the tackle here, the Georgia transfer.
No. Syracuse ran to the ball real well there on defense now. I mean, they pursued. They're still playing real hard. Getting tired, but playing hard.
2.5 to go in the first half. Mustangs trying to add to already a 17-0 lead. Jennings to McFall. Coming around to the near side. Derek McFall will score standing. 14 yards and a touchdown run for Derek McFall. It's his first of the year.
Wes, what's really interesting to me with the SMU offense is you see how they're working the perimeter, and they're making Syracuse have to run sideline to sideline, and that's exhausting. That was a great call to come back from one sideline all the way back on a jet sweep to the other sideline, and the defense ran out of gas there.
6 plays, 90 yards in 2 minutes and 18 seconds. And the kick by Keltner makes it 24-0. And in about 10.5 minutes, Steve, SMU scored 3 times.
Well, you watch right here now. They're going to run this jet sweep. Look at this. Now watch the defense. Great block on the edge there, but watch this defense trying to run to the ball. They're out of gas, but that's because of the play selection, the tempo, the style of offense. They're smart right now in SMU. They're saying, hey, we've got to wear them down right now, and that's what they're doing. That's the piece of this offense that I love.
And Kevin Jennings And this time, Derek McFall make it happen for the Mustangs. SMU comes into this with 17 straight regular season conference wins. Remember, they were the champions of the American. They beat Tulane in New Orleans in 2023. Then last year they went 8-0 in the ACC before losing the championship game to the Dramatics of Nolan Hooser and Clemson in Charlotte. And here's the end-over-end kick, and this will be Will Nixon. That ball got fumbled around a little bit. Nixon scoops it back up, and he'll get hit just beyond the 15, and the Orange will start there ahead of the 2-minute timeout. And a quick reminder to you that tomorrow we got great women's sports triple header on ACC Network. Starts with volleyball at noon. Georgia Tech at Pitt. That'll be terrific. And then Cal at SMU just across the street here in Dallas. And then we'll close with more women's soccer. Pitt and Carolina at 4 o'clock from Chapel Hill. So volleyball starts your day at noon, then 2 women's soccer matches right here on ACC Network and the all-new ESPN app.
Kind of an important drive here, Wes, for the Orange. Now they've got to get something going before the half here.
You send Willis in the backfield. They start from the 18, and Willis has a hard time getting started. Cam Robertson in the backfield for SMU. Well, and you see the updated total numbers here in Dallas as we play in this first half. 3 second-quarter touchdowns for the Mustangs. And they lead Syracuse 24-0. 2-minute timeout at Ford Stadium in Dallas. Back in a moment. Oh, my goodness. All right. Kelsey with Tom Luganbill and Coach Rick coming up at the break here on ACC Network, live from Tallahassee. We got the whole band down there. Here's Collins slinging it, and downfield, that's Jonte Cook over the midfield line and into SMU territory. Strong first down throw inside the 2-minute timeout.
I'm not sure what they're doing in the back end in the coverage right now. They're getting run by. Why would that be with under 2 minutes left to play in the game?
Here's
loosen up.
Collins firing to Valari. And that'll be a gain of about 5, maybe 6. And Jonte Cook, who played at DeSoto, number 3 wide receiver in the 23 class, started out in Austin, now has traveled his way to Central New York, where he came in the leading receiver for the Orange today. And Syracuse trying to get something here going to the locker room, perhaps, Coach. Minute 19 to go. Fran Brown's down to 2 timeouts. And that doesn't look good. Justice Ross Simmons shaking up on the play. There's also a Ahmad Moses is down for SMU. Right around the 31-yard line.
SMU needs to get to the sideline and get together on defense right now. They were not set for that last play, and the play before their coverage was busted again because they put 2 verticals on the corner and there's no post safety help there. So they got to get resituated on defense. You can't give up those strikes with under 2 minutes to go in a half here. And
well, you see Fran Brown talking to Darrell Gill Jr., but it's been already kind of like a full game in the first half for the Orange, and it started. They had a poor punt after they stopped SMU on 3 downs. They got around the goal line. They had a 3rd and a 4th down snap. They got stoned right at the doorstep, and then Maizano comes away with an interception of Ricky Collins. They're in the red zone. They go for it on 4th down. He missed throw to Yasin Willis. So there have been opportunities here as Ross Simmons is able to get off the field under his own power. So is Moses for SMU. That's a good sign for both clubs. But Fran Brown's going to be disappointed in the missed opportunities his football team hadn't been able to convert here.
And that's what he'll talk about at halftime. Hey guys, we've got some missed opportunities. We're in this game. We got to regroup. We've got to come back and have a strong second half. But right now, they got to get on the scoreboard here right now before the half. I mean, They have a legitimate opportunity, minute 19.
So Will Nixon's come in the ball game. Two timeouts left in the final 76 seconds. And Nixon's going to get the carry and played behind the line. Cam Robertson's been terrific here in the first half, Steve.
He has been. He's all over the field, Wes. He's an explosive guy, both as a pass rusher and as a run stopper.
Well, Fran Brown talked about number 9 in the blue shirt. That was a guy that was at the top of the scouting report, if you will, about SMU's playing personality at defensive end. Here's Collins again, trying to flip it in the flat. Does. And Davis Robinson is right there to make the stop on Nixon.
Good break on the ball, good rally, good open field tackle right there. That's what you have to do. Close the space.
3rd down and 6 for the Orange. Collins looks right, throws right, and that'll be a first down catch.
That was a nice throw. He threw that ball well. He threw it on time. Good pass. If that pass wasn't as clean as that could have been picked.
Yeah, that's Emmanuel Ross, a redshirt freshman from New Jersey, who makes the grab. It's his 6th catch of the year, his first today.
Yeah, this is really nice rhythm throw right there. Look at that perfect ball placement. That's nicely done. But again, one thing you see with Ricky is when he has a clean pocket, he has a better opportunity to throw those balls. That was clean pocket again. Yep. When the pocket's not as clean, sometimes it's hard for him. Syracuse
has generated 120-some yards of offense in their last 2 drives after being held to 77 in their first 4. And to your point, Steve, it's a hot day, especially the first Saturday in October. So, some of these teams, they got to knuckle down here a little bit. You're starting to maybe see some of the conditioning kick in.
There's no question about it, and that's what you preach to your team. We're gonna be able to win this down in the 4th quarter with conditioning, with toughness. That's what you talk about all year long.
So Ross will go wide to the right with the tight end Valari. Nixon's in the backfield. Collins wants to throw, going to sail it toward the end zone, and it is broken up, intended for Cook. There were 3 blue shirts down there, and they were able to force the incomplete pass. Marcellus Barnes Jr., number 8 for the Mustangs, a transfer from Syracuse, by the way.
Nice defensive play there. I tell you, the protection that the Orange has given to Ricky Collins, the line up front has been very, very good. And, you know, SMU has not been able to affect him. I wonder if they're going to change it up right now, maybe bring 5.
Second down for Collins. Looking again to the end zone and overthrown.
They did that time. They brought an extra hat. They brought at least 5 that time, which I think is not a bad idea, although Syracuse picked it all up.
Yeah, Scott Simon's got him looping and twisting, doesn't he?
And they brought 6 and throws off, but the protection wasn't bad.
Jalen Hornsby's come in the ball game. He's a 6'3" redshirt freshman. He's to the top of your screen. Nixon out to join him. Tight end, 2 receivers at the bottom of the card. Collins to throw again. Now flush to his right. Ricky's going to sail it out of bounds and beyond the end zone. Kevin Allen, big redshirt sophomore from over in Fort Worth, is the guy who was forcing Collins off his spot.
And that's what you have to do if you're SMU on defense. You've got to get him off the spot. But they also did a good job of trying to not let him get the corner out of the pocket. This is a smart move here. Try to grab 3 here before the half and give yourself a semblance of some kind of little bit of positive momentum. You have to have that going to halftime here. The 3 points here is real important.
And a timeout, I think, has been taken before the 38-yard try by Trip Woody.
Second timeout of the half. Your 30-second timeout.
And so a timeout taken. Well, we saw the Collins incomplete pass to force the try for the field goal here by Woody. And as Collins came off the field, so Steve, another look at this, and you mentioned the number that time, what, 4, and they dropped 7?
Yeah, they rushed 4 that time and played coverage, and you know, Ricky got kind of frustrated there and tossed it out of bounds. You know,
and as he was coming off the field,
yeah, that's not a good picture right there. You know, Josh Gaddis is getting after him and lighting him up. I don't think that's a good thing to do before the half, to tank a guy like that. I'm surprised at it. Look at, wow, that's still going on.
Josh is now an offensive analyst here for Fran Brown at Syracuse as Trip Woody knocks through the field goal. The Orange on the board here on the final play of the first half. And you see Josh Gaddis and Ricky Collins continuing the conversation as they get to the locker room. So 24-3 is where it stands. Let's check in with Dana Boyle. She's with Fran Brown.
Coach, just a few missed opportunities away from this being a close game. What needs to change in the second half?
We just got to do a better job on 4th down, and we got to be able to stop them. I feel like our guys will understand it. I'll go in right now, get them right. Just being able to say it. You figure we're 3 plays away from that happening, right? Easy touchdown pass we didn't catch on the flat. Another one we down on 1st and goal on the 8-yard line, so we got to be able to capitalize off those plays.
What can you share about the status of Justice Ross Simmons, who hobbled off the field?
You got to let us know.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, Dana, thanks. Thanks to Fran Brown. 11-play drive in the final 2:18 gets the Orange a field goal. 24-3, and they'll get the ball to start the second half. But first, we send you to Tallahassee. Kelsey Riggs Cuff, Tom Luganbill, Mark Richt. All right, Jip time. Good. Hey, Richard, nice job going to get the meal and getting back. I mean, that's Olympic effort stuff right there. Holy Moses. My God. It's halftime at Ford Stadium in Dallas. Our score at the break, SMU 24 and Syracuse 3. We're back with more action right after you see this.
feeling so fresh.
ACC Network football continues from Dallas. We get ready for the second half between SMU and Syracuse, and the Mustangs have got a 24-3 lead on the Orange. And Syracuse will have the ball as we start second half on a two-a-day type day weather-wise. We welcome you back upstairs with Steve Adazio, West Durham. Let's get to our experts at work, presented by Principal here. Right off the top, Steve, as you said, the defenses had hurt enough. They both kind of held their ground early, but it was a 3rd and 4th down stop by SMU that set the table for their explosives today.
Yeah, they dropped their pads, came off the ball vertical, nowhere to run, knocked it back. And then you see on this play again, nowhere to run the ball, penetration, put the back down.
Kevin Jennings took advantage. 2 touchdown passes in about a 5-minute span set the Mustangs off.
It really did, and that set the tone right there, scoring so quickly, and that's their offense. So they have that fast strike capability, and now it'll be interesting to see coming out in the second half which team comes out with juice, energy, and on fire, ready for the last 2 quarters to play.
Rhett Lashley and SMU trying to win their 18th straight regular season conference game. Meanwhile, Fran Brown and the Orange, who opened ACC play with that terrific road win at Clemson, and then saw Duke score 35 in a row last week in posting the win at the Dome, now has scored just 6 points in their last 6 quarters of football at the Orange.
That's not good, and that's, they've got to get that fixed. They've got to figure out what their new identity is going to be as they move forward here with Ricky Collins or whomever that quarterback's going to be.
Well, let's take a look at the first half stats. You see the Orange dominated time of possession, but I call your attention to the red zone number and also the yards per play number, Steve.
Yeah, I mean, that red zone number, you can't have that. You can't get in the red zone, come away with, no points. That's just not going to get it done. And, of course, yards per play are double for SMU. And so, when you see time possession for Orange, yards for Orange, you're not turning into points, and that tells you the red zone is the tail.
Yasin Willis opens with Ricky Collins at the quarterback spot for the Orange. And a play fake, and they'll try and dial it inside. And that is incomplete. Davis Robinson on the coverage, Dana.
Just an update from the Syracuse sidelines. Justice Ross Simmons, their wideout, is no longer available for the game. He left the field just at halftime with a cart, injured the left side of his leg. I'll give you guys an update when I have some, but they won't have him on the field. That's a big loss for Syracuse.
Boy, it sure is. Their leading touchdown catcher, 5 coming into the ball game. Here's Collins now, flag thrown. He busted out of one would-be tackle, keeps his feet, and it'll be a couple of yards shy of the first down if the play stands. SMU already indicating it's a hold against the Orange. Brandon Booker, the tackle.
Holding, offense, number 75, 10-yard penalty, second down.
That is Mike Roach, our referee today, is assigned by the Atlantic Coast Conference. Travion Mack, redshirt sophomore, making just his 4th start, guilty of the hold.
Yeah, it's a shame because Ricky Collins showed some really, really good effort here, making people miss and straining to get a first down, and all for naught coming back because of a holding penalty. I'm not really sure I saw that holding penalty, to be honest with you, but he might have tugged him a little bit when he skinned the corner.
So second down after the penalty and long. Collins waiting on the receiver to get set. Now the snap. Up in the pocket, being flushed to his right. And, oh, boy, big Terry Webb got him in the clutches.
How about Terry?
Drops Ricky Collins.
How about Terry Webb's speed right there? How about the big man running him down? Ricky Collins runs pretty good now. He just covered the ground and got a hold of him. Wow.
Look at big number 4. Big man play, coach. Big man.
6'3", 313 pounds. Moving. That's moving. That's a big play. Wow.
How about the big sack for Terry Webb, his 2nd of the year. Transfer from Texas State from down at Galveston. 4 of 11 is the Orange on 3rd down. Collins up in the pocket, now bails. Here comes the pressure. Gets away from a second tackler and then taken out as he reaches the 20-yard line by Brandon Booker.
Showed a little stiff arm on that play for a quarterback. He used the stiff arm. He got some of it back to give him an opportunity to punt and get a little space here in terms of field position. Good effort by Ricky Collins.
Number 19 of the kicking team.
That is a 3-and-out for SMU
19
defensively.
85.
And Stonehouse will come on to punt. Ymir Knight waits. He hasn't returned many. He had a 27-yard return here on opening night. Stonehouse, by the way, he faked the punt. It's an offside call. The flag is against SMU. Stonehouse got rifled out of bounds, I believe, as he reached the 33-yard line. Did he get the first down? He needed to get to the 35. I don't believe he reached that. And the penalty is going to be on.
Offside. Defense. 5-yard penalty. Replay 4th down.
There you go. They're going to have to repunt. Look at this hit. Stonehouse.
That was incredible.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they're offside.
Yeah. Watch Stonehouse effort here. Big hit on Stonehouse, but good effort by him. He gets up. He's talking a little smack, saying, "That didn't faze me. I'm a punter, but I got you. I'll run you over."
Number 26 of the defense was offside of the play.
All right. That's Jalen Moses, a redshirt freshman from Carrollton, Texas. And now, first penalty of the day against SMU will put Stonehouse back in punt formation again. Ymir Knight. What? Waits on the punt. And Stonehouse hangs this one high, middle of the field. Knight to his right, signal for the fair catch around the 25-yard line. He's got a 50-yard punt. That's the 48th career punt of Stonehouse's career, by the way, of 50 or more. Update on the dudes. Delarier's had 4 tackles, 1 behind the line, and Jennings, pretty good second quarter for Kevin Jennings.
Yeah, 9 for 9. I mean, can't do much better than that. I like those 2 dudes right now.
Yeah.
Those are 2 good representation of the dude model right there. I tell you, on that last punt, though, SMU offsides again. I'm like, all you got to do is watch the ball. The guy lined up over the ball. Ball doesn't move. He's trying to go. I don't get it. I don't get it. They're lucky.
Chris Johnson with Kevin Jennings in the backfield. You see Matthew Hidner, the tight end, in motion. And Jennings to his left, little sidearm throw. Romello Brinson the catch. That'll be a first down out to the 39.
Kevin Jennings,
Long, the tackle.
Kevin Jennings is good as anybody on the move throwing the ball now. I mean, his ability to get his arm angle right while he's running is impressive.
He's like a big leaguer too, Steve, because he's got all sorts of different arm angles.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Crazy.
There's a play fake. And Jennings going to bail from the pocket. Get to 45, and then might need to work on the slide a little bit as he reached the 47.
Did you see that, though?
A little hezzy.
Well, he's trying to fake him out. He's like, I'm going to slide, but I'm not sliding yet, but I'm going to slide. I mean, it's impossible for the defense.
Didn't quite go Kenny Pickett on him because you can't do that anymore.
I mean,
but he thought about it.
And then the defense hits him, and they get a penalty or something. You know, I mean, that's crazy.
So second down, another throw here on the perimeter. And Ymir Knight makes the catch. He'll get closer to the first down mark for SMU. This Mustang team, and we were fortunate to watch their workout yesterday inside the Armstrong Indoor Facility here in Dallas. And I tell you this, and you say this about a lot of teams, but I saw a lot of camaraderie and enthusiasm and excitement for all the units, offense, defense, and even the younger guys who might not play in today's game. They had a whole period at the end of the Friday practice. There was a lot of enthusiasm there.
Yeah, they were competing and having fun. And there's just a good vibe here with the program, with the coaching staff, with the players. I think they genuinely love being at SMU and being together, and that's a big piece of this thing.
Yep. And Rhett Lashley deserves a ton of credit. Now in his 4th year, coaching his 46th game on the Hilltop today. And there's a catch. Ymir Knight knocked out of bounds on the first down throw, Dana.
Well, not to mention, to the conversation, 42 new scholarship players for Rhett Lashley's team. So he was very honest with us. We're still building our identity. That's a lot of new pieces on this team from a year ago.
Yep. There's another throw. This is Brinson to catch in space. Nice reroute. Trying to get to the first down mark. Got knocked back shy. So there will be a 3rd and short play. Brahim Long, who's an exciting young player, sophomore from Camden, New Jersey, Fran Brown's hometown, makes the play.
Well, Dana, 42 players is a lot of players. It's 22 freshmen and 20 transfers. So you're working every day on your chemistry. You're 100% right. And that tells you something that, you know, Rhett's a special guy, that he can put all this together and build that great chemistry.
Yep. Jennings is over 200 yards, by the way, on the last throw. And they're going to hand it to Harden here. And TJ Harden, I think, is going to come up a yard short. Chase Simmons, 5th-year senior, made the stop for the Orange here.
Orange brought a little corner fire that time and created 8 hat in the box by bringing the corner, and they ran right into that. Not ideal, and therefore no real gain on the play. So the Orange are trying to load the box on the run and try to get an advantage numbers wise.
That's Hudson coming in motion. Here comes Jennings, going to slip it to Hibner. The big tight end, the catch, and a first down for SMU. Jamie Tremble, who can play both offense and defense, one of a couple guys on Fran Brown's roster, makes the tackle.
He did a really nice job, Jamie did, of recovering and running this thing down. That's kind of a shoelace tackle away from possibly going the distance there.
Dramico Green has come in, the true freshman at running back.
Chunky. His nickname, Chunky.
Yeah, the nickname is Chunky. And a very exciting prospect here in his first season at SMU. And he'll get the carry here to the right side. Spins into traffic, got a yard at least. So Dana, how did Dramico Green become chunky? So here's the true freshman, Conroe, Texas, and at 203 pounds, the best combination of speed and power, they tell us, Dana, but where did Chunky come from?
Well, we're still efforting for the baby photo because apparently when he was a little kiddo, he was pretty chunky at birth. But we will get that photo somehow, some way. So, Mom, if you're listening, we really need that.
Need the photo.
You get chunky photos evidenced by what you put up on me on the graphic.
Oh, boy, here we go.
You think I forgot that, but I
It's Jalen Cooper the catch on a 2nd down throw from Jennings.
I'm going to get a photo of every one of you. It's going to happen. And it won't be kind.
Oh, boy.
I
3rd
doubt
and
that.
short.
Steve has a tough exterior, but he's a really nice guy.
Yeah.
Oh, she's trying to make a recovery now.
Selling that hard shell he used to have at Chestnut Hill. 11th play of the drive coming up here. Look at Jennings' day. Started 5 of 8, Steve. And we've probably done ourselves in now, showing you that he's perfect in his last 16 throws.
That's impressive.
Jennings taking the shot for Maryland. Oh, did he hold on? No, incomplete.
Wow.
Told you. Under 7 to go. Kevin Jennings took a shot as he cut it loose. David Reese was in there to unload. And they're going to bring Sam Keltner out to try the field goal here. Well, what a good-looking throw and almost a terrific catch on the back end by R.J. Maryland against the freshman Samuel.
Yeah, Samuel did a good job of separating the ball from him, but I'm more concerned about the hit that Jennings took. That was a hard hit. You know, when you get blindsided like that and you come down on your shoulder like that,
yep,
that's tough now. You want to avoid that.
41-yard try. This would be the longest of the year for young Keltner. And the kick is away. And it is no good. Off to the right. So Keltner, who hit earlier in the game, now misses for the 3rd time this year. Still 24-3 SMU.
foul. What a scene.
7:30 tonight on ABC from Doak Campbell Stadium at Bobby Bowden Field in Tallahassee. Don't forget the Field Pass. Also 7:30 tonight here on ACC Network with Taylor Tannenbaum, Eddie Royal, Eric McClain, and Jimbo Fisher, among other guests who are set to join. And here's a quick check of the Week 6 scoreboard. Pitt a big winner, Clemson a big winner, Wake on the road after the heartbreak last week against Georgia Tech, Steve. Touchdown victory for the Deeks and Jake Dickert today in Blacksburg. And the first down give off the 24 is Yasin Willis for the Orange. Spears the tackle. And Virginia Louisville at this hour. Duke Cal late tonight. ACC After Dark out there. We've already had our scoop of that.
A lot of ball going on today.
That Duke Cal game's interesting, especially the way the sturdy Golden Bears went to Chestnut Hill and won late last week.
Yeah, you know, they were at the very end of the game with BC inside the 5 to score to win. They pick it off. Yeah.
First down run for Yasin Willis will get Syracuse to move the chains here. 6 minutes to go in this third quarter. Ja'Kai Lang made the stop for SMU. He's back in the lineup. Oh boy, Justice Ross Simmons on crutches is not what anybody, certainly supporting Syracuse, but even those who follow the ACC wants to see.
No, that's
a talented kid.
Yeah, I feel bad for him. Hopefully he'll be okay.
Darian Williams in motion, the wide receiver, and they try to run it straight ahead on first down, and the Mustangs rally up there on Yasin Willis. Big Back's had a hard time getting started today. Has hurdled a man for a second straight week. Just an unbelievable athlete is this kid from Newark. 6'1", 235 from St. Joe's Regional. When the minute you heard he was from St. Joe's Regional, you knew he was a football player, huh?
Oh, that's one of the good football powerhouses in New Jersey, and they put out a lot of players in the college football. Real good players.
Nixon in the game to replace Willis. Collins the throw, and that got broken up by Smoke. Davis Robinson across the way.
SMU changed the coverage up that time. They played a little cover 2 with the corners rolled up. You see he's rolled up right here and does a great job of being right on top of that route, breaking that ball up.
So now 3rd and the full for Ricky Collins, who's under 50% and 155 yards today.
This is that formation. Sometimes they like to try to run vertical routes here and put the stress on the free safety.
Collins will be sacked. Around the corner came Isaiah Smith. And they drop Ricky Collins back around the 30-yard line.
I mean, he skins the corner, dips and rips underneath the right tackle, and is able to get home right there. Demetrius Weatherspoon, he goes right under him. That's impressive. That's, you know, they call that running the hoop. Those D linemen put those hula hoops out there, and every day they run around. I know it's like, what are they doing? It's like kiddie land. But they run around those hoops, and that's all teaching them how to turn the corner and bend, and he did it on that play.
Stonehouse to punt it away. Knight will wait. Wobbly punt, and Ymir Knight will signal for and make the fair catch. Timeout on the field in Dallas, just ahead of 4 minutes to go in the third. SMU by 3 scores. Well, SMU's had a lot of success. They joined the ACC for their first season last fall, of course, and they've had back-to-back 11-win seasons, including their final season in the American. Last year, they went to the championship game in Uptown Charlotte, and then the college football playoff, where they fell to Penn State. You know, in Texas, you get a belt buckle when you do stuff like that, so throw that into the old case, Steve. And got a nice collection going if you're Rhett Lashley.
Yeah, nice to have a few buckles.
Of course, he's got big hombre from South Oak Cliff and Kevin Jennings.
They better get, Syracuse better get aligned right now to these two receivers down here to the bottom of the screen. Now we got 3.
Bring a third down. They're going to hand it to Green. Trying to turn the corner off the 20. He'll get a couple of 3 out of the play. Devin Grant. And you see Hastings also from in the middle of the defensive front. Now we got a timeout as injured Syracuse player Gary Bryant is shaken up. Here's Kevin Jennings. You see the ball game 2 weeks ago at TCU over in Fort Worth. And today, that 290 was his second game in that neighborhood, Steve. He had 295 against Baylor. And here today, he's working on another 200-plus day. You see the South Dakota transfer being tended to. We'll step aside here in Dallas in the third quarter. Jennings throwing to Maryland as we rejoin you from Dallas. And R.J. Maryland, I think, is not going to get much, if any, on the play. Delorier, the linebacker, made the play in space. So it'll bring up third down.
You know, it's not the place for it now, but I just haven't felt SMU's run game today. You know, a tailback, major, explosive. I mean, that's the one thing I don't see. I see a lot of the great stuff, but I don't see that.
Yep. Had the run by Harden that got him off the goal line area in the first half, but outside of that. And now Rhett Lashley's going to take a timeout. So
SMU takes its first time out of the half.
now we're going to step away. We got it all worked out with Mike Roach. We're ready to go to break. Still a 3-touchdown lead. 24-3 SMU. 3:04 to go in the third period of play. Just the second meeting all time between the Mustangs and the Orange, and the first since a October 15th meeting in 1932. More on that too. How about that? Conference schedules can get a little awkward, Steve.
Wow.
Out of the timeout by Rhett Lashley. They're going to move Harden into the backfield, reset Maryland. A lot of window dressing going on here from Rhett Lashley and Casey Woods. Jennings backing up, getting ground. He'll take the sack. Now, that was not what they wanted, and that was Jamie Trimble. Told you earlier, two-way player for the Orange, and he posts the sack.
Yeah, he just explodes off the ball and rips underneath the left tackle, and just gets to the quarterback. I think Kevin Jennings is just so, wow, happened so fast. I thought he'd dump it to the back, but he didn't.
Yep. So McSparron will come on and punt. Just a three-play possession for the Mustangs, and quite frankly, not their sharpest.
No. And sometimes, to me, that's what happens when you haven't really established the run game a little bit. You know, it gets a little bit hunt and peckish.
McSparron gets it to bounce. It'll check up right around the 45-yard line, and that's where the Orange will take over. Well, we told you the first meeting, October 15th, 1932, Archibald Stadium on the Syracuse campus. SMU was coached by Ray Morrison. That is Coach Ray on the right. He went 3-7-2, and that's until Jim Brown came to campus at Syracuse, Steve. Arguably the greatest athlete in Syracuse history was Vic Hansen, who later became the football coach. And that's Vic Hansen on the left, who is the Orange coach. They went 4-4-1 that year. Now, this begs a lot of questions. I went back and looked at SMU's schedule from 1932. They played a home game, then they played at Syracuse, and then they played another home game. Now, in 1932, here's a deep shot, and overthrown is Gill by Ricky Collins. And he was wide open, by the way, was Darrell Gill Jr. And Ricky knows he missed the window here.
And how in the world are they letting him get behind the safety? There's no post safety help. The post safety, without really any significant play action, was sticking his nose down towards the line of scrimmage. They got to get that fixed on defense. That's happened 3, 4, 5 times. Sorry, Wes. That history fascinated me, by the way. It had me mesmerized.
Well, you wait a second. Here's Collins. He's in trouble. Eludes the sack. Now to his left. Get as much as he can. He'll step out of bounds. So in looking at the 1932 schedule, Steve, they played a home game here. They went to Syracuse, and a week later they played another home game. I'm fairly confident in 1932. Now, Dana could correct me. I don't think you were taking charter flights.
No. I wasn't born, Wes. Come on.
Feels like a train to me, Steve.
It feels like a train. Yeah, it was train time in 1932.
A lot of class work on the train.
Oh, my God. Long train rides.
Long train rides.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. No NIL.
None.
No NIL.
Leather jackets and good-looking suits is what sweaters and good-looking suits. And dropped. Yeah. And that's Cook on the slant.
Do they offer first class on the train?
Again, a lot of things that we have today we didn't have then.
Just wondering.
Shocking.
Dana, 1932, if you know, that wouldn't have been your era because
absolutely
you would have struggled with that.
I would have.
Yeah, it's okay. You can
I know myself. I know myself.
18 cents for a gallon of gas. We showed you that. Wow. 1932.
Imagine.
So Collins will exit. And here is Stonehouse to punt it away. And he will flip that over again. Boy, Yamir Knight inside the 10. Trying to get here to the near side. Look at Knight. Dances at the 20. He'll be tackled at the 23. Well, Rhett Lashley's team's got a 24-3 win, or lead rather, here in this late stage of the third quarter. Now, Dana, when they were at Missouri State for a game, Rhett was not here to watch his son, Tommy Lashley, throw his first touchdown pass. Here is Lauren, his wife. Tommy is the quarterback. He's the backup quarterback at the Covenant School here in Dallas. And Dana, it was a number to listen to Rhett tell this story was amazing.
And then to receive the video of Lauren, his wife, screaming, the video shaking, like that is so wholesome. What that video doesn't show though, Wes, he threw 3 touchdown passes in that game when the starting quarterback went down. Class of 2029, Steve, are you recruiting him if you're still a college coach? What do you think?
I mean, why not? I mean, those are some good throws right there, and his mother's got a little juice on the sideline, so that means, you know, he does too, probably.
T.J. Harden on the carry. And you coached Louis, your son, who's now on Andy Reid's staff at the Chiefs. You coached Louis at Boston College. Rhett, you know, he's family of football, right? There are a lot of guys. Fran Brown's coaching his son.
Yeah.
What was it like? It's amazing.
Casey Woods and all
that.
Yeah,
Casey Woods, Sparky. I mean, what's it like? What's it like coaching your son?
You know what's great about it is in this career, I'll be quick. You know, you're away from home so much. You miss a lot, but you have a chance to share that with your son. And those are special moments. They really are. And I'm so happy for Rhett that he's got so many of those ahead of him. It makes it all worthwhile, man. That's really cool stuff.
Yeah. Fran Brown's son, we've already talked about Fran Jr., who's played today on special teams and as a fullback in the short yardage stuff.
And Jeff Nixon, his son.
Jeff Nixon's son, Will, is playing.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's really great. And guess what now? The moms, they don't have to split going to one game or the other. They're right here. They can get a twofer, husband and son.
So 24-3, SMU the lead. 15 to go in Dallas. Mustangs trying to open ACC play with a win. Kevin Jennings has thrown for 2. And they got a 3-score lead going to break. Go the final quarter of play in Dallas. Don't forget, following all the games tonight, ACC Huddle final score, Kelsey Riggs-Cuff, Tom Luganbill, Mark Richt. Full analysis, breakdowns, highlights, interviews of all the Week 6 action today in the Atlantic Coast Conference. Wins already for Wake Forest, Clemson, and Pittsburgh. Virginia and Louisville in a tight fit. SMU leading here in Dallas. Miami, Florida State still to come, and Duke and Cal tonight from Berkeley. And the first down throw, this is Romello Brinson working to the near sideline to open quarter 4. Kevin Jennings, 20-yard throw there, Steve, has returned to form here today.
Yeah, he's throwing those quick bubbles out there, and those are high percentage completions, getting the ball in the hand of the playmakers, which is smart football.
Here's the first down give, and this is Green back to work. D'Amico to the near side, and a flag's thrown as he got banged out of bounds. 2 flags on the play, both around the orange 40-yard line. Mike Roach, the referee.
Holding. Offense number 3. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Penalty on Brinson for the hold. So they'll back it up and scrimmage again.
He just had his hands outside the shoulder pads a little bit. I like his intensity, and I like his toughness here. He's just got to tighten his hands in, and when you find your hands out, reset them back in. Right there is when they decided to throw that flag. Finally had a nice explosive run, but it's obviously coming back.
Yep. So to take it to midfield. And they're going to flip it here to the near side, and Ty Hawkins is in the game. That's the backup quarterback, and he throws complete to Ymir Knight. So how about the true freshman from San Antonio coming into the contest, and he slings one to Ymir Knight. And that's the first completion of the year for Hawkins, who we saw in the East Texas A&M game. This is his 3rd appearance of the season. And back to Jennings now. And they're going to pick one up here. That'll be a first down and more. As they get the ball in space, that's Jordan Hudson. You see him wearing the brace on his left elbow from the injury on opening night. Long makes the tackle just outside the red zone of the Mustangs here early in the 4th.
That's some good balance right there, you know. Takes a little contact and is able to keep going to get more yards.
Well, they tried to get it to Hudson again, and it broke down right in front of him. Great pursuit. James Hurd, the linebacker, was there.
Yeah, the timing was off on that. That jet sweep is all timing. He was not in phase, Hudson, with the quarterback, so that the end could make that play. That's just not timing the snap right there.
So with a couple minutes gone, it's 2nd and now 13 for the Mustangs. And Jennings will keep it here to the left and make a quick throw. Trying to come back and make the catch is Rhodes. And he's ruled a catch and out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
Wow.
That is Link Rhodes, the junior college transfer from Stockton, California. What a terrific catch and throw this is. I don't know if he kept the foot in.
Yeah, you got to really watch that in slow motion there. Yep. That's what a throw, what a catch. But you might be right. You might not have had it in. I want to see it again.
Davion Kerr was there in coverage. Keep an eye on the right foot here, Coach.
Honestly, it's pass interference, but yeah, I think he might be out. The right foot might be out before he has possession. But honestly, I'm telling you, that looked like PI to me.
I think they're only looking at the catch, Coach.
Yeah, if he has his secure, they're going to decide whether he had a secure. The left foot was down inside, and was it secure, or they have to go to the right foot because the right foot was out.
Another look here. Drew Shabby, our camera crew here. Director Drew they're showing you all sorts of angles here. This, I think, our 3rd or 4th different look at it.
I mean, don't forget now the ruling on the field was a catch.
Right. So the left foot's down. The ball, is it caught there because the right foot clearly hits the white?
Right. Did he have possession with the left foot.
Yep.
And it's real close, so they might have to uphold the call because they made the call on the field. That's close.
Oh, there's another look. You got to time this up to see if you can. That ball is tucked away, but we see the right foot kind of looks like the toes on the white there.
The right
in the
one
shade
is,
too, which is it's like the sun in a baseball game. It's coming crawling the infield here.
But the left, I think he's got the ball with the left foot down.
Yeah.
I do. I kind of do.
And you know what? They may not have enough to overturn.
Right, right. That could be the call here. Wow, that would be a spectacular play by everyone involved.
Yeah, and Rhodes, by the way, another guy they talked to us about yesterday, he had a catch 2 weeks ago at Fort Worth.
After further review, the receiver did not complete the process of the catch while in bounds. Therefore, it was incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 13 at the previous spot.
So they did have enough.
Yeah, they just felt like he didn't have control enough. When, and then it went to the right foot. So that's obviously their call. They made it. They must have had a clearer angle because based on ours, I couldn't quite make that determination.
So now, 3rd and 13 at the 24. Chris Johnson has come in the ball game to join Jennings in the backfield.
I think you try to get something underneath here, let him run with it, try to get it, but if not, get a little closer for a field goal here.
There's been no scoring so far here in this second half. Jennings looking left. He's going to put it up downfield. Brinson was there, and he got knocked off the route. That's pass interference, and they get a first down that way.
Wow.
And that is Greg Delane, junior from Fort Myers, Florida, who is in coverage with Romello Brinson.
Pass interference, defense, number 32. 15-yard penalty automatic, first down.
What's amazing is they're playing man coverage and isolating him one-on-one and giving Kevin Jennings a chance to make a one-on-one throw. I mean, I'm surprised at that by Syracuse on defense, to be honest with you. That's a good matchup for the offense, and they took advantage of it.
Fran Brown not happy with the call. He's out near the numbers talking to Mike Roach. It is 1st and goal here for SMU.
I think you play zone coverage, keep it in front of you. But
here's a throw on the perimeter. Jordan Hudson with a move at the 5 and keeps his feet for the touchdown. Great 2nd and 3rd effort by Hudson.
Sure, they're happy he's healthy and back, because look at this, he's dynamic. Missed tackle, break tackle.
Kevin Jennings has tied his career high today and now moved to a new career mark with his 4th touchdown pass.
That was a really nice drive, but really some really great individual efforts by SMU there.
And Keltner's point after is good. New score here in Dallas now. 12:37 to go. And the Mustangs are rolling. Trying to get to their 3rd win overall and open ACC play with win number 1. 31-3. Welcome back to Dallas. You're watching the ACC on ESPN. And we're in the fourth quarter of play at Ford Stadium right here on the hilltop. And the host Mustangs lead the Orange of Syracuse 31-3. And the kick by Keltner, there'll be no return. So the Orange will start from their 25. Kevin Jennings has got a career high 4 touchdown passes today. Ymir Knight, R.J. Maryland, McFall, and Jordan Hudson a moment ago. And that is Logan Parr, by the way, Steve, on the bench for the SMU team. Transferred from Texas, and he's starting for the 31st time in his career today. And earlier this week, he was talking to Rich Phillips, who's a longtime radio announcer here at SMU, on Rhett Lashley's show. And they asked him one of the common questions, what do you listen to before a game? And he says, well, I'm probably a little different than most guys. There's a throw by Collins, and was that a catch? It was, and that is Ross. And that was Emmanuel Ross holding on against Chambers. What a grab by Emmanuel Ross. My goodness, what a catch.
Look at the ups, look at the focus. These receivers for Syracuse, they've got a lot of ability.
Off the 45 now. Here's Collins back across the middle, incomplete. Looking for Ross again. So Logan Parr said most of my teammates, they'll listen to some upbeat stuff, things like that. Dana, he said, not me.
He called it sad girl country. He likes to listen to J.R. Carroll. What they usually listen to in the locker room is Rod Wave. I've never listened to either of those, so
right.
I think we might have to take a break from Life of a Showgirl Taylor Swift on the ride home and maybe listen to some sad girl country. What do you think, Steve?
Sad girl country, because he said, if I listen to all that high tempo stuff, I get too amped up and I don't play well, I get worn out.
Wow.
An offensive lineman, Adazio.
I know that's hard to listen to, but but I mean, I guess whatever works. But come on, guy.
Have you ever listened to Rod Wave, Steve?
No.
I have not.
I'm a music guy too, but no, I have not.
J.R. Carroll, no.
Taylor Swift.
Sad girl country.
I mean, you're trying to get me to listen to Taylor Swift. I listened to this new album, a couple of songs, but I'm not to your level, Dana. Nobody is.
We'll get you there. Don't you worry by the end of the season.
A couple of throws by Collins. 1st and 10. They go inside. That's Darian Williams, the wide receiver. He got hit, and I think they're calling it a incomplete pass. 2nd down coming up. Boy.
Yeah,
there's a lot of contact there, and that was Isaiah Smith in the mix again. That guy's been a lot of places today.
You don't want to get led across the middle like that and have to reach out for the ball, because
Collins from the pocket. Now he's got plenty of space here. 1st down for the Orange. And inside the 10, got knocked down by Medlock. It'll be 1st and goal for Syracuse. The Orange have failed to reach the end zone in almost 9 full quarters for a touchdown. They've had field goals, but nothing else. So they're trying to snap that. Meanwhile, Syracuse changed some guys out. Mustangs are going through a line change here. There's a look at the red zone ops for Syracuse against P4 opponents. This is Nixon, and he got knocked down immediately after the handoff. Little if nothing on the play.
Just no movement up front.
Yeah, Imba and Webb there.
Defensive line from SMU is knocking the O-line from Syracuse back a little bit here. I tell you, Ricky Collins hasn't stopped competing. He's had his ups and downs in the games, but he's certainly a tough guy and a competitive guy, and he's competing, and you like to see that.
So here's Collins again with Nixon in the backfield. And he'll look here to the near side, and Williams couldn't squeeze it. Darian Williams, the true freshman from Christian Brothers, could not squeeze it here.
Looks like maybe that ball might have been just a little bit behind him. I don't know. It should have been caught, though. Should have been caught. This is where Fran was talking about. The guy's got to help Ricky out too. Those catchable balls need to be made.
So 3rd and goal at the 7. Willis is coming the ball game now at the running back spot. Ricky Collins threw it 37 times last week in his first career start. Now in the pocket. Can they come back and kid him? No, and Collins will score. Touchdown Syracuse, 7-yard touchdown run for Ricky Collins.
Yeah, they're trying to double cover the receivers. The DBs lost vision into the backfield, lost vision of Ricky breaking out of the pocket, and that's the problem with that. You know, you want to double up some of those great receivers, but you turn your back on the quarterback.
So with just under 10 minutes to go in the game, Collins scores from 7 yards out. It's an 8-play drive and 75 yards for the Orange.
Most of it on Ricky Collins' legs.
And the point after by Woody makes it 31-10. So Ricky Collins scores. 7 yards out. Kind of a bob and weave through traffic to get the Orange in the end zone.
Unlock more sports for one unbeatable price. Get unrivaled coverage all year long. Introducing the new ESPN Fox One Bundle.
As Mark Jones once said, what a time to be alive, man. What a time to be alive. You can get it all.
Syracuse, number 19, has changed his jersey to 48. Number 22 has changed his jersey number to 85 on the kicking team.
Man, thanks to Mike Roach for all the intel on that. Meanwhile, the Orange in the end zone after Ricky Collins scored, and that's Justice Ross Simmons, and that's not good. On crutches the entire second half. Jaden O to kick it away here for the Orange. And Link Rhodes will play for the fair catch. And Ricky Collins, Steve, I'm going to ask you to walk us through the coaching points here the last 2 weeks. We've seen this young man compete as a starter.
Yeah, I mean, I think when he's had a chance to set his feet in the pocket, he's been able to make some clean throws. He's missed some throws, and but he's competed. He's showed some physical toughness. He's showed good ability athletically with his legs to move the chains, and I think he's competing.
Dana?
Steve, you make a good point. He never lost that compete level throughout the momentum swings in last week's game when we saw him in Duke, and also this afternoon against SMU. Sure, mistakes have been made, but you can't question his capability as a quarterback. And Fran Brown said it. I challenged everyone on the offense, everyone in the building, the cafeteria staff, the janitors to step up.
There's Harden on the carry. He'll lose a couple, maybe 3 on first down. Go ahead, Dan.
I think it's tough, too, to your point, within the swings of the momentum. He hasn't lost his demeanor. He's been encouraging his teammates on the sidelines. He's locked into the iPad. He's put in a tough position, Steve.
Yeah, he has been, Dana. And I mean, the easy thing to do is to criticize him right now. And there are plays that he needed to make and he didn't make. We can all see that. But in the same breath, you know, you got to respect a guy that's out there competing the way he is, and he's only going to improve.
Here's Jennings from the pocket trying to rip it downfield and throws the pick. That is taken away. That's Davian Kerr. That's his second interception of the year. And the Orange run it back into the SMU red zone here with 9 minutes to play in the game. And it's a 21-point game. And Steve, all of a sudden, Syracuse gets their first turnover of the day from Kevin Jennings, who throws his 6th interception.
He had no business throwing that football. This is, you know, when you want to close a game out at the end like that, first of all, you don't make those kind of plays, you know. So that was some poor judgment here, in my opinion. And I think at this point of the game, with 9 minutes left, with the score the way it is, you know, you want to keep trying to run the ball, work on your run game a little bit. But now they turn it over quickly. Syracuse gets it right away.
Plays under further review to see if the interceptor stepped out of bounds at an early point in time.
Okay, so Kerr, who had his 2nd interception of the season there a moment ago, we know that there's going to be a turnover. The question is the ball going to be at 17 or somewhere else up the field for the Orange to take advantage here? Meanwhile, Mike Roach is under review. Steve, you've had a situation where you lost a quarterback early in the season. Here's a look again at this Kerr interception. Oh, boy.
He's out of bounds right there. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I have, and it's not easy. I mean, 2 years. That happened to me 2 years. Not together, but one in between. But
sure.
You know, and you know, I ended up playing with a great young man, walk-on quarterback, who was fantastic for me. But it's life, you know, and you got to move on, and you got to get the next guy ready to go. You got to readjust your thinking, your thought process of how you're going to attack people now, and everything changes. But that's part of the game, and it's also the ability to try to develop your depth and get your young guys ready to play. Next man up.
After further review, after the interception, the defensive player stepped out the 29-yard line. It'll be Syracuse football. That spot, first down.
Interception stands. We're going to get to see Collins here again. Fran Brown mentioned trust to us this week.
Yeah.
From his football team back to his quarterback. Certainly the offensive guys, but really I think he needs the whole locker room, right? Everybody's got to do a little bit more to help Ricky Collins.
Right. The last thing you want is, you know, little pockets on your team having opinions. You know what I mean? I used to call them locker room lawyers. You know, they have opinions.
Yeah.
And it creates quiet division. You can't have that. Hey, everybody rally together. Let's get behind whomever we're talking about. In this case, Ricky Collins. Let's get behind him and let's support him. And we're all going to make plays with him, for him. And that's just the way it has to be. I think Fran knows that, and that's what he's trying to get across.
Yeah, you see a glimpse of where they're headed in the schedule, at least from a road perspective, in the coming weeks for Collins. Steve Angeli did not make the trip with the team, recovering from the Achilles injury. And here's Collins. He wants to fire away, and that ball got picked. What a grab this is by Marcellus Barnes Jr. against his former team. The transfer from Syracuse, who played 5 ball games, started 2 a year ago, comes up with the pick.
Yeah, I think on that play what you're seeing is I think Ricky Collins trying to throw a back shoulder ball, and you know, not a break towards the post. So that's a little bit of a, you know, a silent miscommunication, if you will.
So just one play and the second turnover of the day. So within 6 seconds we get 2 turnovers. And this one appropriately to a former Orange player, Marcellus Barnes. How about that?
I'm sure that makes Marcellus Barnes' day right there.
Yeah.
You know?
And SMU in the last 2 years, that's now 23 interceptions. And that's trouble right there. Did
safety
get out of the end zone or not? Line judge is coming in to look at green. They're going to call it a safety. Sure is. The Orange rally. Peel was the first guy through there. It also looked like David Omopariola crashed in from his defensive end spot. A couple different guys all in the fray. Barry Buxton was there, 29.
The young left tackle Odoms got beat inside. He made, he got drawn outside by the corner, and he let the defensive end come inside of him. Didn't pull the guard with him if he was going to go outside, and that's what led to that whole operation. But I got to tell you, I don't love, the shotgun down there, because you got to. Sure. I always like to say, get under center and give the back a head of steam. Don't let something like that happen. And that happens sometimes against shotgun teams if there's a missed block. Sloppy right now for SMU.
Yeah.
Rhett Lashley's not going to be happy about closing the game out like this. No one would be.
Especially knowing that Stanford is here next Saturday. And the ACC schedule is in earnest right now. And you see he's not happy at all with any phase of what's happening with his football team.
Yeah, no, that's understandable. I get it totally. I mean, come on, guys. We got to be better than this,
That's how you win 31 of your first 45, too, coaching here. Is an expectation and a standard.
He's coaching right now ahead and not liking what he's seeing here.
So this ball game's gotten a little wonky. Kellner is going to kick it away. The redshirt freshman from Keller, Texas. And this will be fielded by Fran Brown Jr. right around the 19-yard line. He'll head upfield and work his way toward the 40-yard line. So here's what we've had in almost the last 3 snaps of the game. Okay, Kevin Jennings throws the interception. That's Davion Kerr. He returns it to the 29. Then the first throw of the Syracuse possession, Collins is intercepted by Marcellus Barnes. And then here's Dramico Green. He never got out of the end zone. How about that?
I don't think you could script it any worse than that if you're SMU.
Or either team, really.
Really, yeah. I mean, Syracuse right now is, got a little bit of life, and understandably, but this is sloppy play right now.
Yep. So the Orange start at their 38-yard line. And it's a 19-point game. And here's the throw, and big collision over on the perimeter. And that's Willis and Davis Robinson locking up.
Yeah. Ricky took a pretty good hit right there, and it wasn't near his head or anything like that, but he delivered the ball and took a shot right there. Those shots are cumulative.
So here is Collins, second down, quick throw, Valari, middle of the field, and he'll work his way to a Syracuse first down. Around the 43 of SMU, Brandon Booker, the tackle.
I feel like Syracuse is still playing really hard right now, and I feel like SMU is, kind of got that look like, is it over? Is it not over?
So 31-12 is our score. Jalen Davis Robinson shaken up on the play, and maybe the heat is binding him a little bit, so they're out to attend. And just ahead of 8 minutes to go. Rhett Lashley making notes, Dana.
Well, despite the shade that's covered most of the SMU sidelines, it's still in the high 80s down here, so you might think that's a cramp. On the other side of the ball, Syracuse, the heat doesn't seem to be affecting them. Like you said, Steve, they've got some life in them in this game with some of the mistakes SMU's been making.
Yeah, Dana, but any team, you can't breathe life into them. And if you're SMU, you got to learn how to put the knockout punch in. And you can't do what you're doing, get sloppy at the end of games like this. So Rhett Lashley's going to be pretty upset about this, and coach hard this week, which is what you have to do, and Fran Brown is trying to rally his troops and get better and improve and find that identity with the new personnel that he's dealing with. So, but they're battling over there. Syracuse is battling.
To your point, Steve, Rhett Lashley, the head coach for SMU, has been jotting down a bunch of notes on his piece of paper on his play call sheet, and he's been shaking his head. He's certainly not happy with the way that they're playing to close out the game.
Well, that's a bigger picture thing, right, Steve?
Yes, exactly. It's a bigger picture thing, and he's remaining somewhat calm. These things can really get you upset.
There's a throw, and the catch is made. That's Cook, and he'll be shoved out of bounds by Wachovia. So Jonte Cook moving forward. And clock continuing to move under 8 to go now here in Dallas.
I'd like to see the body language of SMU be a little better on defense here right now.
Collins looking to throw again. Pressure coming. He'll sail that over Cook. Incomplete. It was Isaiah Smith. Now, Cameron Robertson has had his moments today, but Isaiah Smith has too. And that's an encouraging sign for SMU, because Scott Simons was talking to us yesterday about not just stopping the run, but also generating pass rush, Coach.
Yeah, no question. He had a really nice spin move right there. It was a beautiful spin move and accelerated and rushed Ricky's throw. He had a wide open receiver there, and he rushed the throw, and it was an errant throw.
So here's Collins, second in the full 10. And looking to throw again. Hits Cook on the crossing route. He'll shed one tackle and be taken down. A couple of yards shy of the first down around the Mustang 20. Zakai Barker, the East Carolina transfer.
That was a, they
makes the stop.
Syracuse got away with a clip right there on SMU. That was a blatant clip. I don't know why they didn't call that, but
you see Barker come out of the ball game. Good to have him back on the floor, on the field if you're Rhett Lashley. Jonte Cook's got 6 catches for 71 yards. There's a quick throw, and again the grab made, and it'll be first and goal. Wacobia, the tackle of Jalen Hornsby out of Winslow Township in New Jersey. Good looking prospect at 6'3". Had 3 catches of his 7 coming in the win against UConn. And they're going to hand the ball to Nixon, and he will bang away toward the 6-yard line. Clock continuing to move inside 6.5 now to go.
Well,
second and goal.
Second and goal here right now. It's a good opportunity. I think you try to run this one more time. Maybe even a QB draw here of some nature wouldn't be bad. Try to lighten the box up, have a relief throw off of it. Ricky Collins has shown that he's got the athleticism and the strength, so that could be something here for the Orange. It's a good second down and long call.
Yeah, SMU making changes as Syracuse does too. They're going to put Gill to the boundary side. They got 4 guys over here to the right, and now Nixon will go back in motion. And finally a flag is thrown. I think the play clock got him. How about that?
5-yard penalty, second down.
The late substitution by Fran Brown then allowed SMU to match, and that ran the play clock out for the offensive side of the ball.
You got to get a timeout called there.
Right.
You saw that. I saw it from up here happening, and I'm saying you got to call a timeout. And from the sideline, that's you got to handle that.
Everybody thought that the match. Remember when the rule got put in play where the defense could match? Right. And that part of the play is understandable, but it actually affects the offensive side more often than not, Steve.
Can't substitute.
Right.
If you substitute, you put yourself in harm's way with that.
Collins throws toward the end zone. Cook, did he hold on? Yes, touchdown Syracuse. Jonte Cook in the end zone. That'll be his 2nd touchdown catch of the year, and it's an 11-yard rope from Ricky Collins.
It's a great throw. As you said, it's a rope. He puts it right on the line and threads it there. Good catch, but an outstanding throw. I not to beat a drum here, but I just, I don't like the body language of SMU right now, and but I do like the body language of Syracuse. I like the way they're competing, and that's good for their program.
Go for Dos is brought to you by Dos Equis. Here's Collins keeping it, looking toward the end zone, now being flushed to the right, and he tried to dive for the pylon, and they're going to give him credit for the 2. He hit the column, hit the pylon here at the near side, took a big lick from Brandon Booker in the process, but he is credited with the 2-point play.
Ruling on the field that the try is good.
So we'll get another look at it here. Did he hold the ball? Oh no, that ball's out. That ball is out before it hits the pylon. Timeout in Dallas. Back after this. Well, here's the 2-point play by Ricky Collins a moment ago, Steve. The ruling on the field was overturned. The ball was loose before it hit the pylon. So 2 points taken off the board.
18 is changing his number on the kicking team to 85. Number 13 is changing his number.
Wow.
Number 3 is changing his number to 13 for the receiving team.
Coach of the Mustangs upset with the officials. You cost us 2 points.
Yeah, now that's, you know, and I think the frustration of the way this has unwound here the last 5 or 6 minutes is adding to that anger.
Yep. And Jaden O will end up kicking this, and the Orange almost recovered it, and the ball is still loose, and SMU got it. Mustangs had a shot at it, couldn't quite contain it. It rolled another circumference or 2. Next thing you know, SMU finally gets it.
Yeah, I mean, incredible. That ball was hanging up there. It was a good kick, and in SMU, you got to go get it. You can't wait for it.
Here's
go
the first
it.
crack right there. The ball got deflected. Nicely done. Maryland had a shot. Then watch this. Finally, Knight rolls through and collects the football.
Yeah, you got to attack the ball. Once the ball goes the legal distance, you got to go attack it. You can't just sit there and wait for it.
So
that's why you put your best-handed guys in those positions that are the kind of guys that will attack the ball.
Ymir Knight at the 43. Kevin Jennings in the game at quarterback. Here's the give to Harden. He'll get 2 to the 45. Don't forget, Field Pass follows us tonight from Tallahassee. You'll have Taylor Tannenbaum, Eddie Royal, Eric McClain, Jimbo Fisher, sideline at Doak Campbell during Florida State Miami tonight. So Field Pass with ACC Huddle starts at 7:30 right here on ACC Network, and then ACC Huddle final score also from Tallahassee tonight. Busy day for our folks in Tallahassee. Jennings will take the snap. Fires it, and Hibner flags that down at the 49. What a catch in traffic by Matthew Hibner, Dana.
Steve, to your point, I'm on the SMU sidelines. It's really quiet, and it feels really flat down here despite their lead.
Yeah, Dana, I mean, the body language
Syracuse takes his
is...
first time out of the half. Please reset the game clock to 4 minutes, 30 seconds, 4-3-0.
3rd and 5 coming up here, guys.
Yeah, the body language is bad on the field, off the field. It's just got a bad feel to it.
So it feels like they're losing, honestly.
Yeah. Here's my question. You got to get this thing to the house, and you know this kind of vibe is set in. So you as a head coach, we can tell Rhett Lashley's frustrated. How does he get this reset with his football team?
I think a couple of things. Number one, to me, you're going up and down the sideline, getting everybody on their feet. Let's go. Getting some juice back on the sideline. I'm telling the coaches upstairs, we've got to close this out right now. We need to run the football here, and we need to be able to get a couple of first downs here. Okay, so you know, we got to get a better plan. Let's not expose ourselves to, you know, interceptions or turnovers here right now, but we've got to get a first down. Now they got a critical 3rd down here, and it's not an easy 3rd down. It's 3rd and 6.
It's, yeah, almost
5,
6.
Whatever it is.
Yeah. That's Brinson. Here comes the pressure. Jennings to throw. That's Hibner. First down. He got it and then some. Stretching to the 44-yard line. Brahim Long the tackle, and Jennings goes right back to the big tight end. What a grab.
Yeah, strong-handed grab. He didn't need to reach the ball like he did, which is a little dangerous right now, but he probably lost awareness of where he was on the field. Run the ball here now.
Yep.
You know, this is, if I had to say overall, for not just the end of this game, but the entirety of the game, I'd like to see a few more explosive runs. And now's a good opportunity for them to try to create those. It's harder because Syracuse is going to commit to the run. But, I mean, you got to be able to run it when you have to. Close the game out.
T.J. Harden's coming to backfield. And he's going to get the ball here on the right side and get 2, 3, maybe 4 on first down. Gary Bryant III. Dana, I remember in one of our visits a year ago, and East Texas A&M to a degree. Here's Syracuse burning another timeout. This is not SMU's first time to slow roll to the wind. And Rhett knows it. He knows it better than anybody else that this is what's happening.
And I think it goes back to our earlier conversation. When you have 42 new players, you're trying to figure out the temperature of your team, the culture, the chemistry. Like, it feels really disengaged down here if you're the SMU sidelines, but I do think it takes time to establish that identity, and also learning to play with a lead is difficult.
Yeah, Dana, it's a young team, and this is where if you have great leadership on your team, older leadership, they are grabbing these moments right now, and they are taking that team and lifting it. And this is one of the things the coaches talked about, Rhett talked about. They are a young team, and they are trying to reestablish their leadership.
You see the remaining schedule for SMU. Here's the toss. This is Hudson coming here to the near side, and Jordan Hudson tries to stay in bounds as long as he can. And that'll be enough to get another first down. TJ Harden helped with a block. So you see Stanford's here next Saturday, and then 2 weeks from today, they'll be at Frank Howard Field at Memorial Stadium in Clemson. And then Wake Forest after that. And then look at the last little sequence. Miami here on November 1, at BC on the 8th, Louisville here on November 22nd, and then Cal Berkeley to close the regular season. Don't look now, but Justin Wilcox's team picked up a big win last Saturday night at Boston College in what was a wild fourth quarter, Steve.
Yeah, it was. And they've got some ball left to play.
Yep. And here is Harden trying to make some money on the ground. And the first hit was Bryant again.
That ball doesn't belong out there. That ball should have cut backside.
And there's the last timeout for Fran Brown. So it'll be third down. Or second down, I should say. After a yard on the play for TJ Harden.
Well, that's the last timeout for Syracuse. So,
right.
You know, one more first down ends this game. You know, you're taking knees. But I still think this is where you're working on your, call it your 4-minute game, SMU, where they're just trying to grind it out and get one more first down. You know, you got a couple of calls here now. They've got a couple of calls to get, call it 8 yards, you know. Right. And so they're going to need a substantial, one run's got to have to probably be a 5-6 yard run.
So 2nd and 9 it'll be for SMU. Trying to go to 16-2 at home in their last 18 games. Only the loss earlier this year to Baylor and the loss a year ago to BYU are the marks against the Mustangs. And look at here is Harden again. And he will drive away, and that'll get the clock to about 2:35 and counting. Dana, what do you got?
Well, I think I just caught up with the potential of maybe next quarterback of SMU,
oh, no.
Thomas Lashley. He's on the sidelines.
In the house.
He did thank us for showing his touchdown throw. Very polite young man.
What an experience for him. What to be able to grow up around all this stuff is pretty incredible, really.
Well, Rhett and Lauren are blessed with 2 sets of twins, Steve.
Wow.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah. And there's Thomas, he and younger brother Hudson. They're the boys, and then the 2 girls are younger.
And that's a 2-minute time.
Nice story today for them. Back after this. Well, we give you a full day of football. Well, let me tell you about Monday and Tuesday. We're going to give you full days of basketball. The ACC tip-off, the women's side presented by Ally, starts Monday morning coverage at 9 a.m. from uptown Charlotte. Then Tuesday at lunchtime, we're going to pivot to the men. Their preview presented by T. Rowe Price. Full coverage. It ends up being about 3 great days of basketball previews right here on ACC Network and the ESPN app. And a cavalcade of stars will be in Charlotte to greet you. Here is Jennings handing the ball to Harden, who dances and is just going to kind of get back to the line. He actually lost a yard back toward the 29, and Syracuse cannot stop the clock, and we're under 2 minutes, so they'll burn this play clock that's already started at 1:43 or so. So, Steve, they'll have to make a decision here.
Oh,
with about
gosh, that poor official just got taken out a little there. Whew. Man, you got to keep your head on a swivel.
You do. So Rhett Lashley's going to let this clock wind all the way down.
Yeah, he's going to get it down to about 110.
Yep. And then call a timeout. Meanwhile, I should tell you, Louisville has just kicked the field goal.
SMU takes its second time out of the half.
With about a minute 8 left to go to tie the game with Virginia in Derby City at 24.
Wild games in the ACC.
Yeah. And now Virginia has 2 timeouts and a minute 8 to see if they can put something on the board. Remember Will Bettridge, veteran kicker.
And a quarterback who can make things happen.
Wow. Yep.
So that game is
We thought
not
that game
over.
might be good, and it turned out to be great.
Yeah.
Yep. Sure did.
Heck of a game.
The winner of that game will join Pitt, Clemson, Wake Forest, who beat Virginia Tech on the road. We're going to see the Hokies and the Jackets. Next Saturday, Coach Adazio will be in Midtown Atlanta.
I can't wait.
Bobby
I'm
Dodd
fired
Stadium.
up.
Yep. We'll see Brent Key and the 2-0 Jackets, who have a bye week, off to their best start in 11 years.
One of my favorite guys right there, Brent Key. That's going to be fun right there.
It's a lot going on. 35th anniversary of the 1990 National Championship team will be celebrated.
Wow.
As well in Atlanta next Saturday when we're there for the Jackets and the Hokies along Bobby Dodd Way. Here's Jennings, a dance around here a little bit. Kevin to his right, and he'll be pulled down at the 30-yard line. The clock will stop with a minute 2 to go. Kevin Jobity, veteran player, senior from Buffalo, makes the stop. Jennings comes up limping a little bit.
Yeah.
Came up limping at the end of the TCU game. Now he's in a little bit of a jog. This guy is amazing. You know, we'll see another Warrior next Saturday, won't we, Haynes King?
Oh, yeah, I love Haynes, yeah.
Kevin Jennings, Haynes King, these guys play full contact football at the quarterback spot.
Wow.
So Syracuse takes over on downs.
That was a good, that was a really good play there.
And here is Collins in the pocket as we go inside the final minute. Ricky will take it and run and slide down ahead of the would-be hit by Marcellus Barnes.
This is good work for Syracuse here to try to respond here and work on their 2-minute deal.
Here's Collins with time. Now going to dump it down. This is Nixon the catch. And he'll be brought down at the 49. That'll stop the clock with 33 seconds left. William Nettles the tackle. Redshirt freshman from Mesquite who played at Dallas Christian. And here's Collins again. Tried to go to Nixon, incomplete with 25 seconds left. Syracuse back home to host Pitt next Saturday.
Pitt's had a heck of a day today.
Yeah, they did.
They broke in a new quarterback who looked like he had a good day, and they're playing great defense. So that's a tough opponent coming into the Dome.
And SMU is going to get Stanford off a bye.
Yeah. They're going to get a physical brand of football.
Stanford 400 yards for Bingo Branson last Saturday night, beating San Jose State. Flag down. Here's Collins with 20 seconds left. He's going to sail it deep, and it is intercepted. They pull it down. Ahmad Moses comes up with his 5th career interception, I believe. Penalty, I believe, will be on the Orange as well, with 14 seconds left.
Well, that'll wrap it up.
Legal motion on the offense moving forward at the snap. That penalty's declined. Defense will take the result of the play, which is an interception.
4th turnover of the day for Fran Brown's team.
That's too many turnovers, but
Yep.
The greatest formation in football is going to happen right now.
Yeah.
It's called victory. And SMU is going to get in that victory formation and put an end to this very, very, let's call it, not proficient last 10 minutes.
Last quarter probably wasn't exactly one you want to re-rack and show on tomorrow morning's television show, right?
No, he'll have plenty. Rhett Lashley will have plenty to coach him hard over this week.
Yep.
And Syracuse, I think, can walk out of here and say our team fought to the very end. We battled. We got a lot of things we got to improve upon, but there's no quit in that team.
Yeah, Kevin Jennings drawing everybody in tight here. And they will take one snap, touch a knee, and that will do it. They have not played since October of 1932. SMU won that day at Archibald Stadium by a score of 16-6. And today, they beat the Orange 31-18 to open their ACC calendar with a win. And that is now 18 straight conference regular season victories for Rhett Lashley and the Mustangs. Let's go downstairs. Dana with Rhett Lashley.
Coach, congratulations on the win. Some frustration there to close out the game from you, rightfully so. How would you assess the performance this afternoon from your group?
Well, you can tell my voice. I was fighting hard to win. Great first half, not a great second half, but it's a good football team. Went on the road and won at Clemson. And we didn't finish pretty, but we finished, and that's something we needed to do.
9 straight consecutive regular season wins in conference. What does that say about the identity you're trying to build here with this new group?
Yeah, I mean, who knew that we'd start the ACC and not have lost a regular season conference game yet? And I think that's 18 total in a row. It's kind of humbling and mind-blowing, but just shows the grit of our program. We've got a long way to go to get better. The first half, we showed the potential of what we can be, and so we got to build on this. It's good to be 1-0 in the league.
Kevin Jennings, to your point, with that potential, sets a new career high with 4 touchdown passes. What did you see from him in this game to lead this group?
Played great. He had one bad play, the interception, but one bad play out of, 70, 80. He played lights out. He's poised, makes all the right decisions in the run game, pass game, gives guys a chance to make plays. Our guys made plays. So, again, we saw what we can be. We just got to do it for 4 quarters now.
Congratulations. Go get some throat lozenges.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Mustangs go to 3-2 overall, 1-0 in the ACC. Syracuse now back to level par. They're 3-3, 1-2 now in conference play. After the win at Clemson, they've lost to Duke, and now on the road to SMU with Pitt visiting. Stanford is here in Dallas next Saturday. We will be in Atlanta for Georgia Tech, Virginia Tech. Thanks to Drew Shavy, our director, Ben Ward, our producer, our terrific ACC Network crew. For Steve Adazio, Dana Boyle, Wes Durham. Stay tuned. ACC Huddle Field Pass coming up.